Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, people, and welcome to Footy Judgmo. Arsenal smashed Nottingham Forest as expected and predicted. A lot of Arsenal fans were very confident about that. And Chelsea, away win at Leicester, dominating the game. The result does not reflect how dominant Chelsea were in this game, but Chelsea, Enzo Fernandez, with a performance that granted him man of the match to prove everyone wrong. Of course, Cole Palmer, not so great. Nicholas Jackson, fantastic today. Absolutely out of this world, Nicholas Jackson. Joao Felix played very, very well. Badiashile played very well. But that's for Chelsea. Hit that like button, people. Of course, we're not going to forget the perfect result and the best result of the day. Man City humbled, smashed, embarrassed, humiliated. And Pep Guardiola is losing the bit of the hair he has. 4-0 at home to the mighty Tottenham Hotspur. I think we found the reason why Tottenham Hotspur exists is to beat Man City 4-0 and to give them the 5th loss in a row. Hit that like button, people. We're going to talk about all the games today. Chelsea are still third, if I'm not mistaken. Still third? Are you still third? Ahmed, you're third. Arsenal are fourth. However, the league table as it looks now, Manchester City on 23 points. Of course, we're not counting the favorites to win the title, Liverpool at the top. Liverpool at 28 points. Manchester City at 23 points with only 5 goal difference. Chelsea scoring more goals than City and conceding less goals than City on 22 points. Arsenal on 9 goal difference and 22 points. Brighton, who won away from home against Bournemouth, something that Man City and Arsenal couldn't do with 10 men, by the way. 22 points. Tottenham Hotspur at 19 points. Hit the like button. As Redline Teranga, the leopard in the tree, where do we start, actually? I actually think, before we gather the people, before we get it, I think actually I have to start with Chelsea. I'm convinced, Ahmed, and the reason why I'm convinced, because he started today a completely different lineup. It's not Conference League lineup. It is not like league lineup. Enzo started, Felix started, Badiashile started today. So it was kind of like a mix between both teams, and you still, I think you were very good. How's everybody doing? I know TJ is fantastic. He feels very good. Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Dayo is buzzing, as we saw on the football terrace. He was amazing. Will is joining us, and Vator is joining us. So we're going to speak about, of course, we have to wait for the big result of the day at the end. But listen, let's start with Chelsea. Ahmed is buzzing. He's happy. How are you?
content. I'm content, man.
It's kind of like
I'm just content. Very again at the end of the day, we got the points. That's what matters most. I thought there was a lot of good performances in the team. I thought João Felix had a really great first half, in my personal opinion. Second half was a little bit more quiet, but I really liked the hustle play from him. Enzo today, I think going forward and in general was pretty good. I'd say good, 1-2 really with Jackson for that goal. I think his header to get the goal was deserved, at least from his perspective going forward. And the thing is, one thing I will say, I just think we weren't as clinical as we should have been against Leicester. But at the end of the day, we still got a job done. That's what matters. You know what I mean? I think last season, again, I look back at some of the teams similarly to Leicester, we were dropping points with them with a lot more ease. So I'm quite happy with the performance. Obviously, we can improve upon it. After the Villa next week, we'll keep it pushing, man. That's
you had like 5 or 6 big chances or something like that.
I know. We had
could have been 2-0. It could have been 2-0 with ease.
Madueke literally missed the open net. What's it called? Madueke blocks Palmer's shot to make it 2-0. You know what I mean? Big up to Madueke. Had a bit of a stinker session today. But other than
I didn't think he played bad.
No, I mean for obviously the open
that chance was weird though. He tried to jump out of the way. Why is Palmer hitting it on his foot?
I feel like he should have. Yeah, no, but I don't think he was too bad. I agree.
Like a lot of people told me in the comments that Madueke was shit. He was bad. I'm like, he wasn't bad.
A lot of the man hit on Madueke, man. I told you, I've said this before, but listen, we need to let these guys actually develop. I think at the end of the day, they're gonna have some good performances. They're gonna have some bad performances. So let them at least develop with time. And I think Madueke is one of them. It's also the loss of Reece James.
People said
Go ahead. I was gonna say with obviously the loss of Reece James and then Gusto getting ill at the hotel as well. That's what apparently happened to him. And then Neto's got a knock, but he'll be back fast for Aston Villa, which is the good news. You're losing 2 big players there, guys that are really in form in terms of Neto, and Gusto is only a real right back. And I think Fafana did a great job today. Badia Shaw, man, I was really happy for Badia Shaw today, man.
Me too.
Because he's one.
I like the guy.
Because I like Badia Shaw, man. He was one of my guys, man. And he was thinking up in Conference League. I was like, maybe it's over for the brother. But today, man, his forward passing today was one of the best I've seen from him in a long while. He's ability to start the ball, pace, everything like that. I was very happy for him, and he did a great job defensively for me. So hopefully, I see more of this from the brother. So
100%. I think. A lot of people today, Enzo Fernandez, TJ or Dayo, have anybody watched the game, Chelsea game today?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Enzo Fernandez was very, very good today, but he's been crap all season. So, and you're going up against the Leicester side where you are expecting to win. You guys were convincing, but you would expect Enzo to perform against a team like that, and you would expect him to perform a lot better than he has. So, all the Chelsea fans that are bigging him up, I think it's a little premature in my opinion. Let's see if he can get any sort of consistency.
What I would say to TJ is that I agree with that. I think for me, if you're Enzo Maresca, I think Enzo works best facing these lower table to / middle table teams.
Yeah.
I think for me personally, that's the one you use him. And then when you're facing the upper teams, I'm sorry, the defensive angle where he's not great enough. That's where you have to bring in my guy Lavia. That's I think that's the best way to put it.
I have to say one thing. Go ahead. Go ahead. No,
I was gonna ask Ahmed about Cole Palmer. I mean, is his form worrying you? I think that's the big question is in the Chelsea team right now is where is Cole Palmer?
I think with him it's just it's about him. I think something I've said this before. I feel like he's overcomplicating things. He needs to go through. He needs to simplify the thing and just go through what's the word I'm looking for? Go through the face. You know what I mean? Don't do something too tricky. Just go with the rhythm. Sometimes he goes through what's it called? Sometimes with him he's overcomplicating it or doing stuff too late or too early. So that's all it is with him in my personal opinion. It's not like a bad thing. It's just something that he just needs to be a bit more relaxed. That's all it is, man. If he's a bit more relaxed, I think he'll be fine. Honestly, that's what it comes down to me. And again,
I'm watching Chelsea today, and all I can think of is that Maresca today, and I'm just gonna repeat this for the people that didn't watch the game. he abandoned, same as Arteta, and we're coming back to Arteta, he abandoned the things that weren't working. He just abandoned them, right? Dayo, you're muted, I guess. But he abandoned things that weren't working. For example, no inverting today. Nobody inverted. Kukurea touchline winger or touchline fullback, Madueke. Joao Felix played as a 10 next to Cole Palmer. But I think actually it affected Cole Palmer today. He wasn't good. Joao Felix was getting on the ball more. Enzo Fernandez was getting on the ball more. Joao Felix was not good. Cole Palmer was not good. He was not up to the level that I'm expecting him to play. He was taken away by how much Joao Felix wants to get involved, how much Enzo wanted to get involved, how much Jackson got on the ball as well. I think this is something that Enzo Maresca needs to look at. How can we get Cole Palmer involved if there are other players that want the ball more than him? Joao Felix wanted the ball more than him today.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Good.
Well, you know what I would say to you,
Ahmed,
Mo,
I just wanted to say something. I didn't watch the game, and so I can't really speak to how he played or how he did not play. But just remember that this is a young player. We keep talking about Cole Palmer like this guy is 27, 28 in the peak of his prime. He's played for so many seasons, and as though he's expected to perform at 300% in every game. He's a very talented player. He's going to be world class. He's going to show what he's got. He's 22, man. The guy will make mistakes in certain games. There are games where he will not show up. This is where he learns to become consistent and show up in games. You know, so when people analyze it and expect that he's like, they watch a game like, oh, well,
yeah, but Dayo, you didn't watch the game. Let me tell you one thing before you continue. He was out of the game. Like Joao Felix, Enzo Fernandez were more on the ball than him.
I agree
People
with
were skipping him.
I agree with. That's why I said this is the time, the age where he learns that, okay, in a game like this where Joao Felix is doing this and this guy is taking the ball off me, I have to figure out how to get into the game. He's not been in this position where he has players like that he's played with, and now that he's in that position and it's kind of removed him from the equation, he's got to find a way. Even though Enzo Maresca might have said, oh, let them get the ball more. I need you to play in this way. And maybe he's at the young
I want to hear what people think. I'm going to try to get some comments in about, because I am worried about Cole Palmer performances. I am worried. I'm not saying he played. You know, the problem is he didn't play bad today. If anybody watched the game, Cole Palmer didn't play bad, but he didn't play amazing. He was just, okay. I normally say this. I need my superstar on the pitch to be the difference maker. I can't have Cole Palmer walking out of the game being just one of the guys. You can't be that guy. You need to be the difference maker. You need to be the guy that is making the difference on the pitch. You need to be the guy, the go-to guy. Odegaard today. I'm going to give an example. We're not going to Arsenal yet. I'm going to give an example. Odegaard today. Every time Arsenal are looking out of trouble, give me the ball. Saka, Kevin De Bruyne. I'm not saying that Cole Palmer is an Odegaard experience. He's not as experienced as them. But from what we have seen last season and even the beginning of the season, he was the go-to guy. I am just afraid that, okay, the game might go past him too many times because I've seen this performance in Liverpool, this game, I think last game against Man United, he wasn't that guy. And that is what I'm worried about a little bit. Your superstar need to be your superstar.
But he's not the superstar yet. He's just a kid who showed up. Hold on. He's a kid who showed up. No, listen, let's not do this to him. He's a kid who showed up last season and showed out. This boy came into the game and stepped up the pace of the game and did what he needed to do. He wanted to prove that he could play football. Doesn't make him a superstar for Chelsea overnight. When you label him the superstar of Chelsea, you're saying that if Cole Palmer does not step up, Chelsea doesn't win games. No, we see this Chelsea team as a formidable team with or without Cole Palmer. That's the truth. The point is, has he improved from last season? I think he can do better.
Maybe Ahmed is a Chelsea fan. Do I have a case, Ahmed? Do I have a case?
I think I get what you're saying, but I think when it comes to like the way we play, or at least Chelsea plays, I don't think he's just I don't think we have a main man the way we play, because like again we have and if you have Enzo in the team, you have Felix in the team, you've got other guys that are doing the job that he needs to be doing at the end of the day. So it's just about, you know, when he gets on the ball, what can he add to the team now? It's almost what I would call a sharing game, if that makes sense. It's not just him. There's other guys now that are around him that are meant to be doing that job too. So
so Cole Palmer, you're saying he's turning into just a guy that can be subbed off, Joao Felix. So you're telling me that if Joao Felix get into the form, Cole Palmer will be on the bench?
No, what I'm saying is that he's just a piece of the team.
Ahmed, what I think it is what you fail to realize, Mo, is I don't think Enzo Maresca is trying to build a team around the Haaland like Pep has done, or he's trying to build a team around Vinicius or an Mbappe the way they do at Real Madrid. No, that's not what this is about. Enzo Maresca is building a team that is a solid team. I'm not a Chelsea supporter. I'm not a Chelsea fan, but if you look at what they have, they've got quality across the board. And for a young player like Cole Palmer, who you have to give room to make mistakes in games, to be out of some certain games, to fall short in certain games, you should have players like João Felix that can come in and take that position. The point is, at the end of the day, it's a team sport. It's not Palmer FC, it's Chelsea. That's what they're trying to build, and that's the big difference. It's the same way in Arsenal. Everybody tries to put this label on Saka, and I'm like, yes, he's our outlet on that right-hand side, but the truth is, by and by, Arteta wants a solid team where everybody is contributing and playing for each other. And when you hear the players talk, you hear them say it. Saka says it all the time. The manager wants us to help defend with the defenders. I want to be more on the ball and be in front, but he wants us to defend. So let's not do that Palmer thing. I think it's unfair to the kid.
I think that Mo has a point. Look, the guy brought himself and showed out last season. He set a standard for himself, and he's not meeting that standard game in, game out. And look, it might be a difference between the way Pochettino manages the team and the way Maresca's got these guys cooking. Like it may be that, but the difference between the output on the pitch this season and last season, it's not night and day, but there's a big difference. And all the people that are saying, "Oh yeah, well he doesn't have to be that way." Well, if Chelsea want to take that next level, take the step to the next level, Cole Palmer has to be that guy. You can have more than one guy, but Cole Palmer has to be
I disagree.
that guy.
No.
Ahmed, let me ask you a question. Ahmed, let me ask you.
What I would before you go.
Ahmed, let me ask you. So you can
ask my
answer
question.
so you can answer it together. It's going to be the same thing. Do you think that without Palmer in the Chelsea team, Chelsea still wins games, like consistent the way they're playing? Do you think they still play the way they're playing? Take Palmer out of Chelsea right now. Do you think Enzo Maresca takes this Chelsea?
No.
Yes, they win. Yes, you're right.
They win,
Right. Okay.
They win, but not
Let me
as
answer the question. Okay, guys. I like what Dayo is doing. Dayo, keep asking the question so you land your points so we can respond.
Yeah,
yes, I think yes. I'm think no, though.
Yeah, so the question,
the
reason I'm asking you this question again. So remove Palmer, right? What he's contributed in the 11 games this season so far, the 12 games he played this season. Take out his contributions and let's look at where Chelsea would be right now. You would still be in and around the same place that you are right now. Roughly, he showed up in a couple of games. One game where he scored 4 goals in the first half, and the whole world wants to go crazy and put a label on this kid. He's a kid, man. Cut the boy some slack. Yes, he did very well last season. We have players like that come out of the woodwork. They're amazing. And then all of a sudden, we're going to build the whole team around him.
Lamine Yamal is a kid. He's 60, 70
age doesn't matter. Look at Ethan Ranieri today. What does age matter?
This babysitting Dayo is different. This babysitting.
When I say he's a kid, when I say he's a kid, I'm referring to the experience. One season only. The more you play in the league, the more you know exactly what to do and become a better player for it. For us to try and take him after one season and label him is what I don't understand. So that's what I mean by he's a kid. He's a kid experience-wise in the league, right? But he's a talented kid. So take him out of Chelsea still win.
I just want to say, like, again, one of my issues.
Let's stop making him look like.
One of my issues has always been, whenever we used to hear about Chelsea, it was always, Palmer FC, this and that. I think, we don't need to just rely on one player. I've said this multiple times on this stream, and like whenever I'm on my own stream, we should be relying on other players. You know what I mean? If he's not able to perform, it's all right because you've got X, Y, Z player to perform. And even today, for example, he probably would have had a goal today. Obviously, he got blocked, obviously, unfortunately, by Madueke. But, like, we wouldn't be having this conversation if he scored a goal. But I just think, for me personally, again, does he help the team? Yes. For me, I always say it's not always about GNA. GNA does not always the end all be all in terms of what you are providing for the team. So again, listen, it's great right now. Yes, maybe he's not getting GNA, but is he still helping the team? Yes. Is there other guys that are doing better than him? Yes, and that's good. That's still good enough for me. Simple as that, man.
Guys, before
that means you agree.
Can I say something?
That means you agree with me then that if you don't have him, your other guys are stepping up. That's all.
Yes, exactly. It shouldn't just be one guy. You know what I mean, Dayo? One thing I always say, shouldn't just be based on one player. I hate when teams are just based on one guy, guys. You know what I mean? Because what that means, is that once you lose that guy, you all cascade or you cascade in terms of a bunch of stuff, right? For me, I want my team to be, on some level. If I lose one certain player, doesn't mean that it's the end of be all. That's all I says.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I just don't like when people put unnecessary tags and pressure on these players. I think that some of these players, to be honest with you, man, like Palmer is definitely an amazing player. I would take him I would take him.
Yeah, but I don't think you understand the point at all, Dayo. The point is he's an amazing player. He is not being used as an amazing player. He's being used as just one of the guys.
Because maybe that, like I said maybe that's how Enzo Maresca wants his team to play.
Maybe, and I think it's wrong. It's my opinion. I think it's wrong.
No, I didn't say your opinion is wrong. I didn't say your opinion. I'm not counting your opinion. I'm saying, okay, fair enough. But if the manager wants to play a squad that way, the same way we talk about Pep and we say Pep is the system manager and Foden can be an amazing player at Real Madrid, Pep is the one asking him to play a certain way.
Yeah, I don't want Phil Foden to be a freaking. I don't want Cole Palmer to be a system guy. I want Cole Palmer to be that guy on the pitch.
But the problem is, Mo, that's not the way we play, bro. We don't play like that anymore.
He's so much talented to be one of the guys.
I get what you're saying, Mo. But the reality is, bro, the moment we brought in Enzo Maresca, that the game changed, bro. We're not under pot where he was the main man doing everything, bro. Again,
let me see what the guys are saying in the comments. Let me see what the guys. We got over 800 people here. Hit that like button. And before we do the super chats, guys, today's sponsor is Proton VPN. The QR code is right here. Actually, right here, you can scan it. You get your VPN. You get about 65% discount to be on. It's very simple. I have VPN. You can watch the games from wherever you are in the world, of course. Of course, that's plus the protection you get. If your credit card's on the laptop, if you have an Apple Pay on your cell phone, you need to have a VPN. You can install it on your phone. Also, I have it here at home. I have it on my laptop, and I also have all my connections going through the VPN. Of course, you can access the games, watch the games in the US. If you are in the Middle East, you can watch the games. If you're anywhere in the world, you can absolutely subscribe to Peacock here in America, which is much cheaper. Bein Sports, it's in the Middle East. It is much cheaper, guys. Scan the QR code. Show us some love and scan the QR code on the left of me. Show some love. Show our sponsor some love. They help us. They're sponsoring the show. It's Rivals Rumble. Show us some love and scan the QR code and protect yourself, to be honest, because I learned that the hard way when one of my credit cards got stolen from my phone. I was traveling and that was not good. Someone scanned my Apple Pay somehow and just got my thing. And this is why I have VPN. For some reason, when you have VPN, you kind of like switch it on and you protect your things on your laptop, on your phone. So guys, scan the QR code, hit the like button, help the show. We have about 900 people here and we aren't even on 200 likes. We have Mohamed Salah here as well. Vator is going to be joining us. It's a lot of people actually now.
Why is he here, man?
I don't know. Mohamed Salah wants to be here, but let me do the super chats because I want to hear what people say. Hey, Arsenal looked better because Martinelli plus defensive lineup dropped, plus Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz should have played today instead of Gabriel Jesus, with all due respect to you, Omar. And Martinelli could have played. Trossard was not fantastic, just to be honest with you. Omar, and we're not talking about Arsenal yet, Omar, but Gabriel Jesus was not great. Alhambra saying, if the EPL was a movie, Spurs is that actor with 3 lines in the script who thinks this is their big break, only to end up bartending 5 years later. Alhambra, all I'm going to tell you is that today Spurs beat Man City 4-0. You cannot have this about them. However, I kind of agree with you a little bit. I genuinely agree with him because I think today Spurs I knew the point of
team, bro.
I knew the point. We're gonna talk about Spurs, Alhambra. I knew the point of Spurs today. They are made for today, bro. This is the whole team is built for today. To be honest,
who did they play next
Hey, they finally won a trophy. It was the Beat Man City trophy.
So they smashed
We've won
Man
that
City
trophy
out.
like 37 times.
That's the only trophy you win. It's not even real.
What trophy are you going to win this season?
We've already won the Community Shield. Hey.
Oh my God. Oh,
I'm kidding.
You know what? She might be a good step in for Vader. I'll cook her. That's fine.
Yeah, she sounds like an
Vator-
Oh, I
Arsenal
can
fan
take
right
it.
now.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Peter is coming as well. In a league of Crystal Palace
DJ's
Wolves,
hungry today, man.
let me see, Blaze. In a league of Crystal Palace, Wolves, Ipswich, Southampton, West Ham, Leicester, only one team in the league has lost 5 in a row in all comps. Formidable.
mad.
You won't believe who.
Oh God.
They haven't
that's
lost. They haven't lost 5. They haven't lost 5 in a row in the league yet. Next game, it will be
He said-
4 in a
he
row
said-
in the
he
league.
said in all comps, though. That's what he said. He said in
all
all
comps.
Yeah.
Are you serious,
Mm.
Blaze?
Yeah,
no other
Only
teams
Man
5 in a row.
City lost 5 in a row
in all
in
comps.
all
yeah.
comps.
That
so-
is
yeah, no other team.
ridiculous, bro. That's ridiculous.
I didn't know that.
Mo, the last time a champion lost 4 in a row, if I'm not mistaken, the last time I saw it earlier today was like I think 1958,
Chelsea. Yeah.
56.
Yeah. 56 something. Yeah, 56. I
Okay,
think.
Oh,
okay.
does that make it better?
Chelsea.
Yeah, man,
Does it
we
make
trying to
it
pick
better?
Chelsea. He's not 2010 Chelsea, big man. He's not
Like
2010
it
Chelsea.
made it, like you made it
Yeah,
different.
he's
Like,
not 2010 Chelsea.
I'm not
bro.
giving you
Nah.
3 years. They lost 4-0, so that's the 4.
Oh, that is yo. Listen, that was
100%
incredible.
more Habibi. Palmer is an insanely talented player, but he's not the superstar of Chelsea. He's a Chelsea's best player, but not the main man, Palmer. I disagree. I think he should be Chelsea's superstar. You should build around him. When you have a player that good, you should build around him. That's my opinion, guys. That is my opinion. Don't give me Maresca this, Maresca that. He's that good. He's that good. You should build around him. You can agree
And
to
Mo-
disagree.
Mo-
Alhamdulillah.
We can
Mo, you know what?
disagree
The
on that
stuff
one.
I'm looking forward to today.
Mo, I hear you when you say build around him because he's that good. But here's where the thing is: because he is that good, there will be games. If he, let's say, he plays 700 games in all his
So
career.
many games.
Hold on,
games
hold on.
lately.
I'm coming,
Dayo.
hold on. Hear me out. You say build around him. So what you're saying is make him the foundation. If I make
Yes.
one player the foundation, hold on, I'll make one player the foundation, just like City made Rodri their foundation. Rodri was the solid guy in that City's midfield that made City what it is. Not, I know KDB has contributed as well, very, very immensely to the City team. But we've seen this last season when Rodri was out with a red card for 3 games. What happened to City? They drew 2,
They
lost
lost
1.
3.
Now immediately
yeah,
back to back. When once Rodri is not there,
Exactly.
when you build around one player, the time that player is unable to perform, your team crumbles. If you're asking Chelsea to build around Palmer and make other players play to favor Palmer, the day you don't have Palmer there, these other guys are going to crumble. Why would I want to do that as a team? I want to build a solid squad where anybody.
I don't think that's what he's saying though. I think he's saying make Palmer the focal point. Maybe not necessarily build around one player because I think we've passed those
Yeah.
times.
Let's look at
we've,
another example. Let's look at another example. Look at City's forward line. If Erling Haaland is not scoring, nobody else in that forward line right
Yeah,
now.
that's
is
different. That's different.
No, because
Big
they built their
I
goal
agree.
scoring around Erling Haaland. If you build your stuff around one person, the minute that person is out of form, even if
I
it's
don't think you understand my point. Cole
I'm
Palmer
saying-
being bypassed in the middle a couple of times today and in the last game and the game before is something that for me, if you have your best player and he's fit and he's playing, don't bypass him in the passing. Don't bypass him in the game plan. That is my point. Can you imagine if Saka's playing or Odegaard, then you're bypassing him, going to the other side? Okay, why are you not utilizing your best weapon? This is your best guy. Utilize him. If he's not fit, you can build something around. That is completely different.
So we should utilize the other guys as well because I feel like if he's getting-
100%.
but
But he
if
was
he's
the guy.
one-
He was the only one bypassed today, Ahmed. The only one.
Yeah, but again against Leicester, the reason why he was getting bypassed is because when it was going to Felix, we were creating better chances. But I'm not
Because
going to the guys helping you create better chances.
and apart from that
I-
again, you
I
do
always
realize-
say, yeah, sometimes it's best to go through the logical route. If the logical route is working for you rather than the other logical route, you go for that other route.
I hear
Simple
you.
as that.
I hear you. Noni, Madueke, and Kukurea were in dangerous positions many times because of Palmer, but did little X. I don't know X mean. Please. The Madueke disallowed goal. Palmer kept playing those needle passes. Palmer wasn't doing what I'm expecting Palmer to do today. He was bypassed. Felix had a better game than him. Enzo had a better game than him. The only one that didn't have a better game than him was Noni Madueke. And I think that Noni Madueke didn't have a bad game. Caicedo had a better game than him. Keep defending Palmer. I want Palmer to be the best player on the pitch. Right? That is my point. I like Palmer and I want him to be the best player on the pitch.
Hey,
But
Mo,
so-
you know what I'm looking for.
Mo, this is
you know what conversation I'm looking forward to today. You know what conversation I'm looking forward to today.
I just don't understand why Will is not happy, which is very
Why
strange.
is-
Me too. I'm looking at Will and I'm like, why are you not happy?
Mo, you do
Why
realize
should I
you
be
do realize-
happy? Like,
You won
people-
4-0. You smashed Man City, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Mohammed, what was what conversation?
Do
we're
you want
about
to
to
guess
finish
what
this.
conversation? Do you want to guess what conversation? I'm just
Yeah, start
ecstatic
talking
happy
about
about. And one of the reasons I came on today, and I texted you and I said, Mo, is there space for me today? There's one discussion
Foden?
I'm really.
Foden?
Oh yes, can't wait for
Of
that
course,
one.
it's Foden.
We'll talk about that in a bit because I came to a conclusion on MHF. I came to a
I
conclusion.
can't
Guys, can we get to 500 likes? There's almost 1,000 people here, guys. Come on, hit that like button.
Can't wait for that
No
one.
need to.
Want
Can I
talk about
ask
Arsenal as well.
Blaze? I need to ask everyone. Did Madueke have a bad game?
Yeah, average game. I think that's the best time.
All right. Okay.
Average
Okay.
game is the best way I'm gonna say it. Some
Felix
people will
is saying
disagree with me. If
Palmer-
I can't this will kill me for that, but I'm just gonna say average game.
Palmer has proven he can produce in the APL. His drop in form will force others to step up, even while playing bad. He would have a goal if not blocked. That is true. That is a very, very fair argument. That today he would have had a goal if it wasn't for the luck. To be honest, Felix, that is a very, very fair comment. To be honest, Sheikh Hassan Inima is saying Palmer was bad. He wasn't bad. I didn't say he was bad. He was just bypassed today. He created two clear-cut chances. One for Kukurea in the goal that was ruled out. It was ruled out then for offside. And the other chance was blocked by Madueke. That fell to him because the goalkeeper saved it wrong. He didn't create that chance. But Hassani, he didn't create that chance. I thought Palmer wasn't up to the level that I expected him to be today, to be honest. No agenda, anything. I want him to get better. As Messi said, the day the superstar players are gone, you can't build around the main man in the modern game. We are sadly in the system era. That is
That's a
true,
good
though.
point. Good
But
point.
I actually think that Cole Palmer is that guy. Does that make sense? He's that guy that can make things happen out of nothing. I believe that he can be the exception. Phil Foden can't. We know that. But he can be.
But that's what we're saying. That's what we're saying about.
Oh,
the
he
system
can
error.
be.
What
Listen,
we're saying
everything
about
you're
the
saying
system
is
error,
true,
though.
man. Yeah,
The
everything you're
system,
saying
the
is true.
system
man.
error, they can mark him out. I mean, like if this is why for me,
Do you know
like,
what the problem, Dayo? He wasn't marked.
I don't know, but hear me. I'm not saying he was. Like I said, I didn't watch today's game. I'm just talking in general about players that are as talented as he is. In any team, you would pick on that guy to be marked out. That's standard. It's the same way we have to people marking Bukayo Saka because for us on Arsenal, that's our guy.
Wow.
Like no, that's our guy. Like that's the person that they need to watch out for.
Bro, but
no, so-
Selly, there's no way that's true, bro.
So it's understandable. It's
What?
understandable that it's
That is not a
understandable
team,
that,
man. I have to double check that quickly.
oh, sorry, what? Double check what?
I'm checking.
No, it's just something in the comments. There's
It's something in the comments. It's right here.
Yeah.
It's,
Leopard in a tree himself.
That's actually
The
a
greatest
team.
rivalry on this app.
and now, see the thing is, yeah, now he's gonna repeat. Now he's gonna make me repeat what I always say.
no,
Do you know
no,
what
no,
I'm
no, no,
saying?
no. Please,
Now he's
please,
gonna make me
please,
repeat
please.
myself.
We're
You know what
not
I'm saying?
about Liverpool today. We're not talking about
No,
Liverpool
but they
today.
make it about themselves,
Please,
though.
please,
yo,
we're
yo,
not.
me
He
and
triggered
Another
you.
tomorrow.
See, he
One
succeeds.
second,
He
right.
triggered you.
One thing, me and Kelska was talking about this.
This
debate.
man
No matter
baited you
what
from the
the
chat.
is,
He sent you a
no
bait.
matter
and
We were
Bro,
very
literally,
about
bro.
it.
He's like, he literally.
He's reeling you in like this, like a fish.
He
No, no,
achieved
no,
approval,
it's
man.
not that.
That's a great
This is-
approval. Great approval.
This is the general, innit? It's just this fan base always wants to make it about themselves, no matter what the situation. You know that meme that says, "Yo, make it about you," no matter what the situation is.
Get in
Bro,
there, man.
no,
In
like,
there and make it
someone-
about you.
someone could die on the pitch and they'll find a way to make. Okay, but if it was Anfield, this wouldn't happen. They'll find a way, bro.
Or Ericsson.
Somehow, some way, it's about Liverpool Football Club, bro. Fuck off, bro. No one cares about Liverpool, bro. But anyway, let's carry on, sir, man.
Vator is here as well. So that's,
Oh
that's
my
the whole.
goodness.
Someone else.
The whole
Yeah,
panel
man.
is
Why
here.
so happy, Vator? Why so happy, Vator, man?
The whole panel is here, guys. Now we got the whole panel.
The Vatonator.
Okay, quickly about Arsenal today, or we just have it wide open for everything. Arsenal, City, and I'm gonna actually
touch on Arsenal a bit. Let's touch on Arsenal.
let's touch on how good Bukayo Saka is. He doesn't dribble. He can't shoot. He's not a difference maker.
That was a nice
But the-
goal. I'll say that. Nice goal.
What?
Yeah,
Nice
nice
goal.
assist. Nice assist too. He was fantastic today.
That game
Running
put
at
me
players.
to sleep, though. Not a fun game.
How did that put you to sleep?
Because it was
We
at
were-
fucking
that was
7
the-
a.m.
that was
my
the
time.
best. Yeah, fair enough. But that was the best football we've
You
played
get
all
up at
season.
7 a.m. on a Saturday to watch that.
We were fantastic. We were
The Brighton game
fantastic.
was better.
Interesting.
No, you got to
It's
give
interesting.
Arsenal their flowers because Nottingham Forest hasn't been a shrub team this season,
Yeah,
right?
man.
So the fact that they
Second
went
best
there and won
defensive
3
team in the
0
league before today. By the way,
Yeah,
second
like-
best defensive team in the league.
Big up Jorginho, man. You know what I mean?
Talk
That's my
about it,
guy.
Will.
Yo,
Talk about
listen, I said that before the game. I said
Many
that
people
before the game.
talk.
Hold on. Can I get one at a time? Will, go ahead.
Yeah. No, yeah, no, I mean Arsenal, right? So like I don't think a lot of people have been watching Nottingham Forest, but like you can ask Mo from the very beginning. Like I think it was what second, third game week of the season. I was like, you got to keep an eye out on Nottingham Forest. They've been playing some really good football. So the fact that I didn't think that, like, I thought that Arsenal would probably win, but I didn't think that they would win by 3-0, right? So you got to give Arsenal their flowers a little bit. Arsenal's been struggling with scoring goals, and today they did. So maybe things are on an upward trajectory for them because it's been looking pretty bad for the last.
It's
week.
Odegaard.
It's amazing
I'm
what
gonna have
an
my
uninjured
say, and then
Odegaard
I'm gonna
looks
let
like.
everyone talk. I'm gonna have my say, and then have Dayo and TJ, the Arsenal fans, talk before we go to the other games.
For the cooking.
Arteta today changed the way he played. He had more guts. He had more balls. He trusted his defenders to defend 1-on-1. He trusted Saliba to cover the right side because Timber was bombing forward freely. He was supporting Saka. He pressed very high, right? And he didn't cave and drop deep even at 1-0. They had Nottingham Forest only had 10 minutes in the game when they were like maybe close to score goals. 10 minutes in the game, and they had no shots on target. That is Arteta today, going back to the Arteta of the end of last season. It's gonna be my game, and you're gonna play in it. He absolutely was like the decision of.
We've seen this so many times, though.
We
I
haven't
tweeted
seen
this
this season yet. We haven't seen it this season. It's the first time. It's the first time.
No, I know, but I've tweeted this today. I said Arteta, when he has everyone available, is the most adaptable manager. Once he can sit in the mid block, he can sit in the low block, he can control the game. They can play in so many different ways, and I feel like he's one of the only managers that can set up his team the exact 11 play in a completely different way. Arsenal was so impressive today, and I tweeted before the game. I said Jorginho, Saka, Odegaard, all on the pitch at the same time with Calafiori, and they're gonna play some good football, and they played very, very well.
We're not doing Jorginho props today, but
Why not, bro? Why not, man?
I mean, what you're saying is Arsenal has no depth.
That's my deep line.
Jorginho
Have you guys watched
got pulled at
Jorginho?
halftime. Why are we talking
Have we
about
do a
Jorginho?
Jorginho?
No, the reason he got pulled at halftime was because he had a yellow card, and in that position he's probably gonna get sent off. So that's why.
I understand.
I
that.
don't want to talk negatives.
It was a
Okay,
deserved
listen,
yellow card, but he was.
Arsenal
He doesn't
today.
have. He
We
doesn't
don't want
have
to
90
talk
in him.
negatives. We don't want to talk negatives. I want to speak about Bukayo
I
Saka,
agree.
Martin Odegaard today. I want to speak about Thomas Partey coming in and having this shot at his blocker. Mikel Moreno playing good. Some people, for some reason, tweeted that I don't know what Moreno does. I'm like, how do you not see what Mikel Moreno did today? How you not? Dayo or TJ, please take this.
I've just been waiting here for the last 2 minutes. He's going through it.
I mean, for me,
No, Dayo, go for it,
me,
bro.
For me, to be honest, I think
Yo, he's done
this
8
is-
times.
this is
Salah, by the way, your connection is so bad. You're cutting out.
I'm sorry. Let me read it.
this is the first game this season for me where I can say the performance, the result matched the performance. Like the way we performed, the results actually matched it. We've in prior games, literally just gotten results where we did not perform or results went our way somehow. We figured out a way, like even when we mess things up, like get a red card and play 10 men, we find a way to draw those type of games and get out of it and be lucky. But this is the first game this season where Arsenal, like I look at the way we played and how we dominated, and the results matched it. Now, this is what I want to see us do going forward? Sustainable football like this. Play well, score a goal or two, lock up shop, and just move on. Like don't try to overcomplicate it. Don't try to, I like the fact that he rotated a lot of players today. I like the fact that he actually started with a rotation that everybody thought, why is Martinelli not playing? Why is Kai Havertz not playing? Yeah, he started Gabriel Jesus up front, started Trossard on the left, and Bukayo Saka on the right. But at the end of the day, it's a team sport and it's about getting the point. This was a game that we needed to win. From the back of a loss and a draw and a loss and a draw, this was a game that we had to win. And Nottingham Forest are not any walkover. This club this season, they are not a walkover team. They're not a team that Liverpool will testify to it at Anfield that they're not a walkover team.
So will Chelsea.
So will Chelsea. They'll testify to it that they're not a walkover team. So I went into this game this morning, literally, honestly speaking, just fingers crossed. That's how I went into this game. I'll be honest with you. Like I saw the lineup and I said, Dayo, Jorginho in midfield, Gabriel.
I know the feeling.
Leandro Trossard on the left. I said, you know what? Fingers crossed. It's home. It's the Emirates. the 12th man will get us across the line as well. We'll get that energy going, because that's the thing in football that we all know is true. I mean, if you've been to the stadium, you know how it feels. And I was like, yep, I think we can get a 1-0 win and just move on. But when I saw the first performance in the first 25, 30 minutes was so dominant, I was like, okay, these guys are playing differently today. Like, I wasn't expecting them to play this well today, honestly, based on what we've done in the last few games. But if we can keep this up, if we can get our other injured players back, so we have a lot of people on the bench. If you want to talk about individual performances, Ethan Nwaneri, I saw so much today. Ethan needs to start. I agree with you, but honestly speaking, if it's about winning, and if we really want to win, it's not about because Ethan is talented, we're going to throw him into every game. If he shines in the game and we don't win the game, what does it do for us? It doesn't matter. It's about putting the right squad out there, giving yourself the best chance of trying to win every game and everybody you come up against. And using him the way he needs to be used, and eventually he'll get his time. I mean, he starts every Carabao Cup and every FA Cup. He started every single one of them for us. That's where he's been shining. So I don't see why people are complaining. But individually as well, Bukayo Saka today, he did what Saka does. I didn't expect him to run across usually I expect him to be on the edge of the box and put in the top left corner. But today's goal was different. Like, I was impressed with how they all played today. I was really impressed with the team.
I was so impressed by Saka today, to be honest. I was so impressed by Bukayo Saka today.
Thomas Partey stepped up. Partey did the Partey thing again. This is the second time that this is Nottingham Forest. Sorry, this is the goal similar goal he scored.
Bro, he scored it last against Spurs. He scored it 2 seasons ago against Leicester.
Yeah. So this is something that Partey has done before, and I'm glad that we're getting Thomas Partey come back again. It's a good feeling when you take out Jorginho and put in Thomas Partey, or you can take out Partey.
Partey was an improvement.
Yeah, so it's a good feeling to know that regardless, if you throw in, you can throw in somebody who's slightly better or way better from the bench, and you're still a goal up or 2 goals up. That's a good feeling. Like, I want to look at the bench. If, for example, Gabriel Jesus, he was thinking of the place, Kai Havertz could still have come in. Declan Rice was still on the bench. We had players that could still come in, off the bench and do the business.
Isn't Declan Rice have a broken toe?
Yeah, they said
yeah, but he played on it at Chelsea. I think it's something
played
that
on
he
it with
played on.
Chelsea.
And we have a game against Sporting on Tuesday. So you can expect those guys to be starting in our Champions League game away. So it was very, very good rotation from Arteta today. But you know what? Odegaard needs to be getting more flowers, in my opinion. He absolutely unlocks Saka today. He gets more space for Saka. He gets Saka. Literally, Saka had enormous amounts of space on that right side because they had to keep an eye on Odegaard. And I think Jesus is not getting his flowers either. I thought Jesus was very good in that first half, linking up play. It was night and day compared to what we had seen from Kai Havertz over the last 3 weeks. It was great. It was great to see. Odegaard, fantastic.
You think Gabriel Jesus played better than Kai Havertz?
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
No,
let him finish. I want him to
finish.
finish.
I'm not saying that he played better. I just thought it was a different look. It's a different look. He's better. He's better.
You know what the problem is?
He's better at. Hold on, Mo. He's better at linking up play than Kai Havertz is. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. I'm not out here saying Jesus is a finisher. I'm not saying we saw that. He had that one chance off his back foot, and I don't think it's landed yet. I'm not saying that he's a finisher. I'm just saying that he's better. He's better at linking up play than Kai Havertz.
Would you like him to play going forward over Kai Havertz?
Depends on the game. Depends on the game.
Would anybody here think that?
If he's unlocking Saka, then why shouldn't he? Right? Because Saka's been missing for most of the season. And if Gabriel Jesus
it's a combination. It's a combination of Odegaard and Jesus.
Has not been scoring well. There's a difference between
That's what I mean by missing.
No, he has been assisting. He has been.
But I'm talking about him scoring himself, right?
Scoring like a 15-20 goal a season. Maybe. I don't know if Kai Havertz
That's
is
what
that
they
guy.
need to win. That's what they need is to score goals. They don't need Saka just passing the ball around the front line and letting somebody miss it.
My question would be.
He wasn't missing. He has the same GA as Palmer in the league.
My question is just about. My question would just be about synergy.
Saka and Palmer have the same GA. I mean, like realistically, like it's okay to talk about a player and not try to banter them just because you don't like them.
I'm not bantering them. It was actually a compliment. I'm saying Gabriel Jesus.
But you know what but guys, you know my question. My question.
Can I get Will's question then Ahmed, please?
I can't finish the sentence. Well, it wasn't a dig at Bukayo Saka. What I'm saying by missing is that he hasn't been involved in a lot of the goal scoring that Arsenal needs in order to get games.
I mean,
He
it's
has
not-
the highest
it's-
continue to
Because
hold
he's
on.
been-
Let me
because he's been
freaking
playing Saka in his
finish.
position.
Let him finish.
Dio,
But you can't
damn.
say, no, but you
So
can't
if
say he's not
Gabriel
been involved in the goal
Jesus
scoring.
holding the ball up and playing allows Saka to have more GA, to get involved in more goals and assists, then Gabriel Jesus to be playing striker over Kai Havertz. That's the point, because Kai Havertz isn't scoring a ton of goals, right? And for the last 2-3 months, Arsenal's attack has looked like a toothless tiger, right? Where they're getting into good positions, but they're not scoring hardly anything. If this fixes that, then I don't understand why Arsenal fans think Kai Havertz should play up there. Gabriel Jesus, if he can get Bukayo Saka to score goals,
He played very well today. Link-up play, pressed well. I don't understand
Michael,
why we
my
have
thing
to have
would
a
be-
conversation.
Yeah,
Can I get Ahmed? Dayo, can I get Ahmed?
Hold on. I want to rebuttal what he said. You see, don't speak with facts. I don't like it when people just talk. I say, Jesus in one game played,
Oh my
a good link-up
God.
game, played a good link-up game in one game, and you said he's the one that needs to unlock Saka. Right now, who has who scored the most goals in the league? Who scored the most goals? Erling Haaland with 12. Who has the most assists? Bukayo Saka with 8. How has he not been involved in all the goals Arsenal has scored?
what game week are we in, bro?
Game week 12, he has 8 assists.
Okay, so 8 assists in 12. And how many goals have you scored this year compared to last year, bro?
I'm not talking about goals scored. You said he's not been involved in the goals.
Now, how many do your
But
team?
with eight assists. With 8 assists already in 12 games, he's
And
not.
how
been
many
involved.
goals have you scored in these 12 games, bro?
What are we
Hold
doing?
on. I don't know.
Yeah,
pull it up.
okay, yeah, we gotta bypass this. I feel like I want to bypass this
He
slightly.
scored like 15 or 16 goals.
Be
He
honest,
scored
yeah.
two- he
Yeah,
scored
we
2 on
need
8
to
assists.
bypass
Okay, so besides his 1 assist
Agreed.
out of 16, that
Yeah.
means he's been directly involved in 50%, right? But if he today, look at his performance today. When was the last time that he has had this season a performance as good as today, Bukayo Saka? When was
Can
the
I
last
have
game this season?
Can I actually double down on what Will said? Bukayo Saka today could have had 3 goals easy, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Easy, right? We haven't seen. Yes, Dayo is right in terms of like Will said something wrong. Will said he's not involved in goals and assists. He's not involved in goals. Bukayo Saka has been assisting more, has been crossing more, far post, doing this. What is happening is Bukayo Saka today, because of Gabriel Jesus, I agree with TJ here. Bukayo Saka had more space to shoot, to get closer to the goal. That is something that doesn't happen with Kai Havertz. But maybe it's not only Gabriel Jesus, maybe Odegaard being there.
Bro, I think it's an Odegaard
It's a combination of both.
And-
It's a
and
Maybe
combination
it's
and the reason I say
Odegaard
that
as
is
well.
For me,
because-
I don't think
because
Can I
Odegaard.
get Ahmed? Can I get Ahmed? Because
Can I just finish?
Yeah,
I mean, it's on this point. I know Ahmed wants
Go
to ask
ahead.
a question that's going to take us to a completely different.
no, I actually want to talk about this. That's why I don't have a question.
The reason I was going to say Odegaard and Saka, they play on the same side. What we see with Saka most of the time is when he's playing without Odegaard, 2-3 guys double team on him. You can't do that when Odegaard's on the pitch. So it gives him a little bit more freedom, and that allows him to get into the box more and score more goals. I think it's less to do with Gabriel Jesus. I don't even think it's much to do with Gabriel Jesus. I think it's more to do with Odegaard being present more than anything else. I would have liked to see Havertz play.
Why
'cause
not?
Havertz-
Why
but you
not
can look at
both?
the
You know,
Can I
performance
get
I
at the
Ahmed?
beginning of the
Guys,
season, that wasn't the
I'm
case.
gonna stop everyone here.
it's
Ahmed, go ahead.
crazy.
I was just gonna say it probably has to do a lot more with what I would say is team synergy. If Saka works best with Gabriel Jesus and Odegaard as a triangle more so than anything else together, then that should be the one that should be going forward rather than obviously maybe a Havertz, Odegaard, Saka thing. Like that's what it is for me. And it feels like Saka just has a lot more stuff to do compared to with Havertz. And I think Havertz again, his link-up play is all right, but it's nothing compared to Gabriel Jesus. And I think that's the thing that helps out Saka more.
I mean, that was the only thing that Gabriel Jesus was good at City.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I think-
He
I
was
think
that
people here-
Firmino-esque
passing the
type
ball
of
in
false
intricate
nine.
spaces. Yeah, passing the ball in intricate
That
spaces.
1-2 that you could
Yeah,
do.
yeah, the thing. Yeah, I
Sorry,
hear people.
Vator, blink twice
see-
if you're okay. Blink
Yo,
twice.
yo, the comments are
You
hilarious.
see,
bro.
you see, yeah, the comments are absolutely
Yo,
crazy. No, but
listen, you're okay, Vator. Vator's looking stressed. It's
Anyway,
well, you can see
listen,
it. So it's the funniest shit,
I wanted to finish on the Arsenal point by I just wanted to move to Saliba and Gabriel today looked back to how they played last season. In spaces, dominated everything, looked very good without even the support of Jorginho. Because to be honest with you guys, Jorginho defensively is non-existent. You're literally playing without a DM defensively. He's good on the ball in terms of like, let's get the ball from the defense, pass it to Odegaard. He's good at that. That is his job.
Oh, you fraud! Leave Jorginho.
Someone just posted. I know what Dayo was gonna say.
Jorginho wasn't great.
Saka had
I
4
don't
goals
understand
and
why
4
everybody's
assists by game week 12 last season. He has 4
wasn't
goals and
great.
8 assists this season. What is Will talking about?
That's
in the
my point.
comment.
That's my question.
Wait,
You guys, it's not about the numbers only. Me and TJ literally agreed on something.
I'm not gonna let you do that, Mo, because his
I
point
am
was
gonna do this, bro. It is I can do whatever I want. I'm just gonna
because
tell
you're
you,
not
bro.
doing-
I'm gonna have my point, and you can rebuttal my point.
Oh
Did
my God.
Saka today? The question to everyone on the panel,
No, I'm
and
not-
everyone
I'm
in the
not
chat.
arguing with you,
Let me ask
though.
the question,
This
Salad.
point's not to
Let me
you.
ask the question, please. Did Saka today? Did you feel today that Saka was closer to the goal to score than the other games or not?
Yeah,
to
I
score.
did. I did.
That's it. That is our whole
But
point.
that's not the point. he
Is
was
that
making.
okay? Now we can debate. Was that due to Odegaard or Gabriel Jesus?
Again,
I
you're-
said
you're-
both.
you love flying across this, bro. That's not the point I'm making. I don't care about what you're saying. This comment is addressed at this brother who said Saka's been missing this year. He's not touching the heights that he was touching last year. That's all I'm addressing. I agree with you that Saka looked more free today. He had more space today. He was more in goal scoring opportunities. I agree with that. But
Okay, so if you have an IQ of like 30, then that would be a good point, right? Like if you're looking at his number. Last year in all comps, he had 4 goals. This year in 4, he has 4 goals.
One at a time.
I'm talking about, look at how many shots. When was the last time that Bukayo Saka this season had more than 6 shots in a single game against a team in the top 10? Name one time. Name one.
He has had this season. He has had this season twice.
Name one.
Against Leicester. He has had this season against Leicester.
I said in the top 6.
Hold on. No. Because what you're saying now, you want to narrow it down to, you might as well say top 2.
Dude, Leicester's at the bottom of the table, dude.
You might as well say top 2. You play against who's put in front of you. He's done it before this season, and he did it again today. And when he did it against
Leicester, that's the laziest answer I've ever heard in my life, man. You play against who's in front of you. Yes. Okay, so you can get 6 shots off.
And make a broad.
I don't want. We need one at a time. Dayo, why is your point, Dayo? Why is your point? Dayo, your point.
My point is he made a broad statement. I said Saka has not been involved in the goals that Arsenal have scored this season. He's been involved in 12 out of the 21 goals we scored this season. He's missed 3 big chances. So if you did that, that's 15 that we're looking at for Saka. If we're going to look at the stats in general like that. So to sit here and say he's not been involved in the goals that Arsenal has scored just because today he missed other chances and scored today and assisted today and looked freer today, all of a sudden,
so you disagree with him? It's as simple as you disagree with this point.
You saying that he's not contributing.
So forget that you disagree with this point and with TJ's point and with my point.
The first thing he said was.
I don't want to hang on what who said that.
No.
We need to make,
bro. The thing is,
no, Salah.
Please,
let me run my show. Please, let me run my show. Please, everyone, let me please run the show. We made points that today Bukayo Saka looked closer to the goal. Everyone that disagree with that can have their opinion about why.
We agree with that point. What we don't, the point I don't agree with is the generalization.
Saka was missing today.
Yeah, like he's been missing.
Like he's not been present and he's been missing.
You didn't say that. Will said that. I was addressing
you that said that.
I genuinely think that Bukayo Saka today looked closer to the goal the majority of the games that Arsenal. That's it.
Okay, so
that is the whole point. That is the whole point.
So Mo, let me ask you my question. Has Saka been missing up until today?
No, he has been one of the best players in the season.
Thank you. That's so when Will comes on and said he
has been very clutch. I think Bukayo Saka has been very clutch for Arsenal this season.
That's what we're disagreeing with, bro. That's all we're saying.
Let's move on.
I clarified my statement. I don't mean missing as like he hasn't been like participating or he hasn't been playing well. What I'm talking about is the thing that made Bukayo Saka what he was 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago, the dangerous player that scores goals, that gets into positions, that has a lot of opportunities and chances. We haven't seen that this season. We haven't. It's a fact. You look at how many even shots he's taken. 2 shots. That's all he's taken for the last 4 games, 3 games. Right?
I agree with this.
Today.
I agree with
and
this.
The only time he's had more than 4 shots in a single game was against Leicester City and Southampton. Right? The 2 worst teams in the league this season.
But that's a very fair point.
Is lethality.
Odegaard unlocked him
in the game. I'm not talking about him playing some, crazy cross across the thing and some goofball scoring on a breakaway. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the Bukayo Saka that we saw 2-3 seasons ago. It was lethal in front of goal, lethal that was literally scoring or assisting every single week, was putting 4 and 5 shots on target, and we haven't seen that Bukayo Saka this year. It's a fact. Look at the numbers. You can blah all you want, but the data's there.
Because
at the same time,
hold on,
at the
sorry,
same time,
because it's a different Arsenal this season.
That's what I'm saying.
No, yeah, it's a crappier Arsenal because Bukayo Saka hasn't been the Bukayo Saka of 2 or 3 seasons ago. That's the point.
Because we haven't been playing well as a team entirely. The whole team has been shit this season so far. So to sit here and then take 2 seasons ago when we were flying crazy by the first 10, 15, 20.
That's the whole point, actually. At the end.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, you just
No,
made
no,
my point for me. Tell me I'm wrong. Literally say what I'm saying and then tell me I'm wrong.
Dayo, finish your point, but you're literally.
No, don't do that. Mo, don't do that. He is saying that Saka is the reason we're not playing well this season. That's not the reason.
No, I did not say Saka was the reason you're not playing well this season. Not what I said.
You said Arsenal not firing because Bukayo Saka is not the Bukayo Saka of before. Literally, your words.
Maybe American English is hard for you guys to understand, but let me just say it again.
It probably is because
that's not what I said.
It probably is because it's not proper English. So maybe you should go learn the British English, then you'll be able to say.
I don't need to learn British English.
I don't want to go.
Not what I said.
How is this relevant?
You literally.
I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there at all.
You literally.
I don't want to go there.
You sat here and just said.
Oh my God.
When I said.
Let me say it again. That's not what I said.
Okay, go ahead. Say what you said again.
I said he's been missing when it comes to being the lethal threat in front of goal, getting multiple shots, multiple big chances, all of these things. His participation in front of goal, not to any fault of his own, right? Not because he's been playing poorly, right? Not because he's a bad player, has not been what it was from 2 seasons ago or this 3 seasons ago, because the people around him aren't utilizing him, aren't bringing him into the positions that he was getting into before. And Gabriel Jesus helped us see that Saka that we saw 2-3 seasons ago. And it's a good thing. And you guys are losing your underpants because I dare,
losing underpants
right?
here.
In an underhanded statement, say something that you perceived as a bad or negative comment when it wasn't. I'm not saying Bukayo Saka played bad. The point was Gabriel Jesus helped bring the Saka that we saw, the good Saka that scores goals and is dangerous.
You're not talking to a fifth grader. Stop backtracking. That's not what you said at the very beginning.
That is what I said.
Can I not go back to what he said?
It was a comment backing up TJ's comment that Gabriel Jesus holding up the ball was a good thing and better than Kai Havertz. What was the whole point of the comment?
Now you're saying that. Now you're saying you didn't say that.
That's what I said from the beginning.
Sorry.
Anyway,
there's a lot of people.
Move on.
we reached the common ground.
That's what you're saying now because you're moving the goalpost.
No, it's not what I'm saying now.
Guys, really, this is guys.
Look at the comments, dude.
Can we move on? The comments says that.
It's crazy. Man.
Can we move on? Listen, all I want to say is that I actually agree with that. I think other people agree with this. The whole point is it Odegaard or Gabriel Jesus? We're yet to see that. When Kai Havertz comes back to the game, because we know that Kai Havertz will start next game and Odegaard, now we will see if that was because it's only Odegaard, Gabriel Jesus. I think that's very fair.
By the way, I love this Nans person, by the way, because they're fact checking everything. Saka first 12 games of the season, 31 shots.
Who cares? Solid.
Those are your
man.
Three against Wolves, 1 against Villa.
We're not doing the stats thing.
Bro, the thing is,
I'm not doing Salah, please. Let me run this thing. I don't want to do the stats. All I want to say. Okay, let me all that.
Salad like the stats.
Let me tell you. Let me go. TJ, do you agree with this statement that Saka this game has been more dangerous than other games in front of the goal?
That's not what we're arguing, bro. I don't get it.
That is what we're literally arguing.
Mo, don't do that, Mo. Seriously,
I really
what are we arguing? What are we arguing, Zach?
In this game, I agree with you. The statement that overall this season so far, Bukayo Saka has not been involved in Arsenal's goal scoring this season is what I was talking to. That was the statement that Will.
No one ever said that, bro.
If Will said that in the beginning,
hold on. You said
I didn't say that in the beginning.
You said compared to season before.
You said that, Will. You said that.
I did not. I did not say that.
You said in your words.
That, Will.
I did not say that he hasn't been involved in the goals or assists for Arsenal this season. Not what I said.
You said he's been missing in
missing
up front. which is what goals and assists. You even
Okay.
said his personal goals.
Erling
the one that really
Haaland
hung.
has been missing for Manchester City this season. But he
So why
still
are-
has the most goals
Whoa,
of
Haaland is-
anyone
whoa,
in the team.
whoa.
Okay, we have to. By the way,
He's
we
in
cannot
that
just
form.
stay the
He's
whole
not
show
missing.
on that point.
You don't
actually. We
understand what I
just-
meant by missing. The point of missing is he hasn't been the player that you had seen in the past. That's what I mean by missing. Not involved, right?
Remember, he had a
Heung-min
bad
Son
season
has
last
been
year.
missing
That's
this
the
season
point.
for Tottenham Hotspur when it comes to goal scoring, but he has been one of the most influential players in far as build up.
I think everybody wants him on their team.
Right? There's a difference when you say missing. I don't mean missing 100%, right? It's not Odegaard from like 2 seasons ago. Not that kind of missing, right? I'm talking about from where we have seen him in the past, what his influence was in the past on the team. He hasn't been that player. Even when Martin Odegaard was healthy and playing for Arsenal at the beginning of the season.
To be fair, you can
That's the
wait,
point
can I
I'm
just-
making. That was the
you can
point
make
I
an-
made
you
from
can-
the very
you know what?
beginning.
You can make an argument.
Comment that we
guys.
haven't
Guys,
seen
let it
the
go.
Jesus
Let it
Can I
go,
just say, guys?
Saka
I want to go to the main
Let it
event.
go.
How
Can we
long?
get to the
Okay,
main
guys,
event?
I'm gonna skip in here
Can we
and
get to the main
say
event?
we're
Yeah,
moving
let's
on
get to the
from
main event.
this.
Yes, please.
To be
Okay,
honest
can
with
I just say one more thing?
you, go
No.
ahead.
One more thing.
No.
It's the last thing.
No.
The last thing.
No, please
No.
don't.
Let him.
No.
Let him say
I
the
was-
last thing.
I was
I'm
gonna
gonna
say-
respond. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say you can even make an argument that Saka's been more dangerous than he's been last year because he's never been this good.
That's
at
your
creating
opinion,
chances.
by the way. That's what your opinion. I disagree
more
with you.
crap.
Everyone disagree with you.
That's dumb.
No. Whoa.
That's a
Bukayo
dumb
Saka has
opinion.
never created the most chances in the Premier League at this stage, and he
I'll
has
be
this.
back
Okay,
to
okay.
Britain in
Hold
my
on, hold
hand.
on.
He hasn't created the most
Okay,
chances, bro.
Salad.
He's created the
Okay,
most
hold
big
on.
chances in the
Forget the
Premier
stats.
He's a
Salad,
numbers
I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
something, Salad.
He has
I'm
the
gonna
most
tell you
assists.
something.
Salad likes the
I'm gonna-
stats.
Salad, you made a statement.
Forget the stats.
Guys, I'm gonna
Don't
make the
like that.
statement. I'm gonna ask, listen, we can actually see. I'm gonna ask Ahmed. Ahmed, do you agree with the statement that Saka has been more dangerous than last season? Forget last season, 2 seasons ago when he was good. He was
No.
very good.
No.
Dayo, Arsenal
I
fan.
agree. I think he's better because at this stage last season he hadn't
Okay.
done this. He hadn't
All right.
scored for an assist to date. That's 12
All
goal
right.
contributions
Okay.
out of 20,
TJ, do you
21
agree?
from last season.
It's about the same.
All right. Vator,
No, he
Oh,
was
get outta
better
here
2
with that
seasons ago.
Davies.
Kelkster,
What?
is Saka the same as the Saka's before this season, all season?
He's having a good season, I think. I mean, he's getting
Alright.
a ton of assists on the set pieces. I can't take that away from him.
He only had 2 set pieces assists, just to check. to fact
no,
check
he has
this
like
quickly.
7. He has 7
No.
assists, and they're like
7,
basically
2 only set pieces. 2
off
set
of
pieces
seven
on.
is 5
Two only
goals.
set pieces.
Okay, then I got that
Fact
wrong.
check.
Apologies.
Quickly fact check.
But
It's fine.
no, I think he's having a good season. I
All
think
right.
he's
I think Saka's having a good season. When I'm watching the games, I think Saka is far from the goal, which is something that I have seen 2 seasons ago when Saka was closer to the goal. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Creating
Well,
chances.
by
Let me
design,
finish
though.
the point, please. You asked me to finish. Let me finish the point. It might be by design, or it might be because Havertz is there and Odegaard was not there. We are yet to see that. That is the whole point. Is that
But even
okay?
though he's been-
I
but
like
even-
we said we're gonna move on from this.
No, but I'm same point. But even though he's further away from the goal, he's been the most creative player in the Premier League. You know what I'm trying to say?
Okay.
So
I
he's
think
still
I think
dangerous with the
Saka
ball.
is the goal scoring winger as well, not only creative winger. He needs to be closer to the goal. That is my opinion.
All right. Can we just stop talking about Saka now? I'm tired of
Yes.
talking about Saka.
Even
But
Messi
well,
isn't always.
I'm an
I need to
Arsenal
do-
fan.
guys,
And I'm tired of
well,
talking
we're-
about it.
I
Most
am
creative
gonna do-
person in the league. That's hilarious.
I am gonna do the
Someone
super
makes
chat,
Yeah,
guys.
someone
We have
creates
to
the most
move
chances,
on.
they are the most creative person in the league. There's a metric.
He hasn't created the most
I don't
chances.
understand why
man.
people don't like numbers. There's a metric for it. Saka has created the most big chances in the Premier League, hence he is a creative player. It's
Okay,
common
yeah, but he
sense.
hasn't created the most chances.
Most big chances.
Yes, he has. He's created the most big chances in the Premier League.
He
as
has
of
not
today.
created the most chances in the league.
No,
the
but he has
most-
created the most big chances, not the
my-
most.
Okay, so big chances. Okay, for health. for
Okay,
fuck's sake.
okay. Anyway,
Do we know what
okay,
big
we can
chances
disagree
mean?
on the definition of the stat.
Horrible.
Saka
Are
has
we
created
forgetting
the
Mo
most
Salah?
big chances. Yeah, no. Saka,
XG merchant.
guys, statistically, Saka has created the most
Oh, there's a
big
number
chances.
for these things.
in
This is
the
not
Premier
matter of
League.
objective or
Guys,
discussion.
please,
There's a number for
guys,
these things.
Guys, I cannot do the stream like this. Seriously, guys, we need to move on from this. Even Messi isn't always the best player on the pitch. Sometimes he needs the keeper to be the man of the match. Palmer was good regardless. Enzo or Joao were better than him today. Blaze, I agree with you. The problem is there's so many games like this. So many games lately has been like this. I'm here for the City fan tears and pain, which is why we're moving on. Which is why we're moving on.
Yo, TJ, man. A bit restless today.
Dude, I was looking forward to this conversation more than I was looking forward to the Arsenal one, to be honest with you.
Because
Come on,
Arsenal
Saka-
won
every week
3-0
Saka, man.
and that's it.
Even for this runner, bro, he's playing good. I
Because City's
don't
a
know,
big
man.
club.
Every week he's Saka, bro. Like, let's
Anyway,
move on to the runner,
I
man.
think
Yeah, you looked
I'm
huge
gonna
today. You looked huge today. Good job.
Give it up, man.
City's the
He's
league,
playing
that's
well.
why.
Keep pushing, man.
anyway, who's gonna start the City section?
I'll go first. Why not? I'll be the brave person. It's an absolute disaster right now. The midfield is terrible. Very old, very slow, very short. Nobody wins a duel. Nobody can tackle. Nobody can win a second ball back. Nobody can make a forward pass. It's just awful right now. We have Nico O'Reilly on the bench, but heaven forbid he get a minute, even though he's like 6'4". Because, you know, we don't want any height in the midfield, do we? Right back is also a complete disaster between Rico Lewis and Kyle Walker. Teams are targeting that, and once they get that turnover in the midfield, they just go straight for the right back. And lately, they've just been scoring right away because Rico is just not physical enough. He can't win. He can't stop anybody. And then Kyle Walker is absolutely finished. He looks just god awful out there. So yeah, there's just not a lot of positivity right now. I feel really bad for Erling Haaland. He's out of form right now. Well, at least for City he is. He's scoring for Norway at will. But he's under a lot of pressure right now at City to score goals because simply nobody else on the team is scoring goals. So if Haaland doesn't score a hat trick, we're likely going to lose because our back line has been so terrible for a while that we're not keeping clean sheets. So if we don't score more than 2 goals, we're probably not going to win the game.
Imagine Ben Davis and Dragoshin locked Haaland.
That's
I wouldn't
crazy.
say they
bro.
locked
That's
it.
so
Haaland-
crazy.
You know, they
Haaland
actually
had
didn't
some
lock
pretty
it.
good
You guys
Ben
know
Davies.
that.
like 10 minutes.
Erling
He hit
Haaland
them straight at
had
Vicario.
he had 4 clear-cut chances, including
Yeah,
the
and
last
he hit them
one.
straight at Vicario.
And
So
he
I
missed
wouldn't
them
say
all.
that he missed those
It
shots.
wasn't
because of
locked.
Ben
To be
Davies
honest with you,
and
I said that on the
Dragusin.
football
He
terrace.
just missed those shots because he hit him straight at the keeper. So I'm not gonna.
What's causing him missing these shots? That's a good
Because
question.
he's
to ask.
under so much pressure to score a hat trick every game because literally nobody else on this team can score a
But
goal.
I mean, you know,
Who's
he's
scoring
supposed
goals
to be the
next
best
to him? Our
striker in the
wingers are
world.
doing nothing.
Is he not meant
Phil
to be
Foden's
under
doing
that?
nothing, and I've called him out before. I will keep calling him out. He's not scoring. The midfield's not scoring. I mean, what is Gavardiol supposed to score all these goals? Like, I don't know. Nobody else is scoring goals except for Haaland right now, and so that's a big problem. Like in the past, we've had
I
Mahrez,
thought
we've
you
had
had
Alvarez.
I thought you had the best
Alan
player in
and I
the
were
world,
talking
Phil
about this on
Foden.
Twitter earlier
Yeah.
about Mahrez.
Philip Ball to Foden.
I'm awake. I'm active. I'm alive.
I have been very
I'm
vocal
here.
about Foden needing to step up.
Some
I'm
merchant.
not going to
Right.
shy away from
Right,
it.
right.
And Foden has not been stepping up. I don't think
What
he
the
was the
fuck,
problem
Dayo?
today. I'm not going to say he was great, but I don't think he
I'm
was
gonna
the
tell
reason
you,
we lost
I'm
the
gonna- I
game.
said
the reason
that-
is the midfield is garbage. It has no physicality. Like I said earlier, they can't win.
You're not
goals,
worried
they can't
about
win
the pace?
anything.
By the way,
The
we have to
midfield
give
is a disaster, and
we
so
have
is
to
the
give
back line.
credit to Spurs as well. But before we talk about Phil Foden, because I actually don't think we should speak about Phil Foden. I think I said that on the football on MHF. I said Phil Foden should not be held to the standards of the Sakas, the Cole Palmers, these guys. We should just treat Phil Foden. I'm being serious.
No,
System
Mo, we
player
had this
from
discussion
Foden.
last time.
I'm being
System
serious.
player
And let me
Foden.
finish, guys.
Mo,
I
we
need to
had this
finish this
discussion
point.
on- we
I
had this
need to be-
discussion- We had this discussion last time, a couple weeks ago.
I need,
when
yes,
when
me
were
and you.
ranking them.
And I said it before. The problem is Phil Foden is never gonna be the Kevin De Bruyne, the Aguero, the Gundogan of 2 seasons ago for City. He's never gonna be that guy. You know why? It is so easy to play when your team is winning and you play well, like last season, the last 18 games, when you won 17 out of them. It is easy to play there when Kevin De Bruyne is there to hold your hand as well, the best player in actually Man City. The reality is, right, Phil Foden, when the team is down, he won't lift the team up. He's not that guy. He's not the guy to say, give me the ball. I am doing this and that. Like Cole Palmer last season with Chelsea were horrible. And he was like just doing things. When Liverpool does it. The reality is, Mo Salah is here to cook Phil Foden. I don't think we should cook Phil Foden at all. Why would we cook Phil Foden? Phil Foden today was just an average footballer on the pitch. I'm not saying he's an average footballer in general, but I think we should stop holding Phil Foden to the world-class standards and the Vinny talk. We
Okay,
should
hold on,
stop
hold on,
that.
hold on.
We should
Okay,
stop
hold
that.
on. No, 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 no,
Because
no,
there
no,
is
no,
a
no,
whole-
no, no. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Rivals, relax,
I
relax.
want to talk about Foden.
No.
Can you stop, please, for 1 second? On
I
air.
got
No,
five
it is
Please,
time.
please.
It is time.
Wait, he's gonna get that alright. But the reason why I want to go back to Haaland quickly, because this idea of pressure. You know what I mean? Best striker in the world apparently, and pressure, on Haaland. He should be banging these goals in. If he truly is as the best that he is, he should be.
But somebody else needs to.
You know what I mean?
Ahmed, he's got the most goals in the Premier League. He's been the
should
best.
be doing.
He's the
Yeah,
best.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
got
but
the most
hold
goals.
on.
That's what he should be doing. That's what he should be doing. But I just think for me personally, we can't.
Go ahead, Vator. Vator, you're next. Go ahead.
I'm blaming the midfield.
address
That's who I'm blaming.
Let me address this because this is hilarious. All right, first I got Ahmed, who's ready to go after.
Can't wait for this. Can't wait
Ahmed,
for this.
if you don't want to say that Haaland isn't the best striker in the world, tell me who is.
I'm not saying.
Wait.
God. He said Harry Kane. He thinks Isak is better than Haaland. I heard him.
Wait. No, but the reason why
Isak is better than Haaland.
No, I hear that. But the reason why I got to call out Ahmed. The reason why I got to call out Ahmed when he makes these statements, apparently best in the world, well, tell me who you think is the best in the world so that I can crash it on them when they have games similar to this, because you're moving around a little too much like a snake. Now, Mo, this is another reason why I got an issue,
does it in a real league. Good luck.
Man, listen, I'm just gonna say we know who the number one is, but let's keep it official, man. Let's talk about Haaland.
Yeah, okay, we know.
The reason I won't.
I want Vator, guys. Vator hasn't said a word the whole stream, so he's a Man City fan. We really need to get Vator's take on the game, please.
How many goals Haaland scored at Dortmund
Guys,
in the chat?
we need to get Vator is not here. Let Vator talk. Vator, number one, I want to talk about your defense. Gundogan, your manager choice today of playing Gundogan, Rico Lewis and Phil Foden and Bernardo in the middle. How everyone looked horrific today. How Kulusevski literally ran through your midfield. Just talk to me about the game. Before we talk about Haaland.
Counting injuries. You count injuries. Is that within? Is that what you're counting?
No. Mo
He's counting the point. Before we talk about Haaland, before we talk about individuals, City today, you lost 4-0. Do you know that I don't think that Pep Guardiola has ever lost 4-0 at home?
No, he hasn't. So I'll explain all of this. You asked 3 questions, but also before you introduce me, you attack my Phil Foden and you attack Haaland. So
you can
I won't address that. It's your show, but funny on
you
how
can address whatever. It's your flow.
I'll address it later.
I can make you full screen. I can actually make you full screen.
Okay, make me full screen.
There you go.
All right.
Go ahead.
So let me explain this. Okay, let me explain this. You guys want to point out that Pep has never lost 4 in a row. Well, no manager has done this in the first 8 years either. So he's dealing with a lot of things that no one's ever experienced. None of you have experienced. I see solid, great club that you support, but you don't know what a treble 4-peat means. You don't know what a manager has to do with the rest of those players. Hey, this is a thing that this manager has to deal with that none of you can actually explain. So when you're asking me for answers, when you guys want to give your solutions, you guys don't have the answers either. You don't know what to say because this is unprecedented. 4 losses on the bounce, 5 losses on the bounce. I sit corrected, and 4 goals surrendered at home, breaking a home winning streak. This is uncharted territory. This is undiscovered territory. No one's ever seen this from Pep. No one's ever seen this. So when no
one's ever seen it from anyone ever who's won the Premier League. It's not just Pep. No one's. It's never happened before.
Yeah, but the reason why it's unique, Salad. The reason why it's unique is, you having this kind of troubles after not winning the league or winning the league once. It's very unique because we've won the league 4 times in a row. Pep's got to get a motivation out of these players that no one's had to try and do. All right. So when you point out the midfield, I agree. Right? I agree. We're too old in the midfield. We're getting ran through. We're old in defense, really, at right back, and it was mentioned we're getting targeted there. But what can we do to fix it? I don't have the answers. Pep right now doesn't have the answers. We're vulnerable. This is the toughest defense we're ever going to watch. This is going to be the toughest title win if we're able to do it that we've ever witnessed. I'm telling you guys. 4-peat, repeating after it. I don't know how to deal with this. Now, the players themselves, I wasn't too upset with what Pep did midfield-wise. Because I saw what he was trying to do because Kovacic hurt international play. If I talk about injuries, If I talk about injuries, but
You
no
can't-
Kova.
no, today, it's impossible for you to talk about injuries when Man City today had Dragushin and Ben Davis at centre
No,
backs.
no.
Which is why I am
No,
not
no.
blaming injuries.
Yeah, you can.
No. Of
Blaming
course, I
injuries.
Bentancur suspended. The two centre backs that won't start for Leicester,
Not
arguably.
blaming.
Like with all due respect.
No. It's not about
Name-wise.
blaming. It's not about blaming injuries. It's about pointing out when Pep chooses this midfield. I get why. Right? That's what I want to point out. When
There's
Pep
other
chooses
options
this
he can
back,
pick. He just won't.
what?
There's other options he can pick, and he refuses to.
What other options would you suggest? Okay, yes, we could have put Nunes
Or
in there,
like
but that means we're
Nunes
dropping
or
someone.
Nico O'Reilly, because we need some height, we need some athleticism, and we need some legs.
At the same time, this is what I want to point out. We didn't surrender any
That's the
goals because
difference
of lack
between
of
you,
height.
Vator, and Kelk. Kelk is calling out Pep's choices. You don't have the guts to call out his choices.
Don't tell me what
I'm
guts I
calling it out.
have or don't have. I have enough guts because I show up everywhere after a win
No,
or loss.
like
So it
why are you
doesn't
not
matter.
calling out Pep for the choices?
Do you
I'm
want me to
showing up
explain
right
what I'm
here.
seeing or not? I first wanted to explain because you guys think it's so easy. So I had to point out that a
Please
three-peat,
explain.
a treble,
Can I just say
four.
something really quickly?
No, let him
I-
finish. I
no,
want him
No,
to finish.
let me finish.
I
You
want him to
spoke up.
finish. Let him finish.
I don't want to
Let
hear
him
about
finish.
your
Love
stats.
those things
I don't want to
too,
hear about
but
your
we're
stats.
not that
I'm just
team right
saying,
now.
you're doing everything to dance around the fact that this is all because Rodri isn't playing. I wasn't hearing any of this midfield old.
I'm not gonna
Kyle
blame
Walker
that.
old. You know what I'm trying to
Oh,
say?
That's not who I am.
Like,
No,
it's
okay.
it's as
So-
simple as that. Man City cannot
Okay.
function without Rodri. It's as simple as that.
You think it's so simple that it's without Rodri, but I would expect that. Napoli fan, you don't know what a treble four-peat's all
Okay,
about.
No
You
one
don't-
does. No one does. I don't know why
Exactly.
you're
So
bringing
let
up
me explain
Napoli.
it to you.
Nobody does.
So let me
Very
explain it
few
to you. Let me explain it to you.
Go on.
Because it's not as simple as no Rodri, no win. Because we caught wins without Rodri last season.
But
And
it
when
is.
when
It is.
when Mo
You lost Rodri last season. You went 3 games on a loss. You lost one and you drew twice. When Rodri had a red card. So we've seen this before. Now you have Rodri out for the season, and we see what's going on with you. So are you telling me now
okay,
that?
so is this the same logic when we had wins without Rodri early in the season?
So here's the thing now.
No,
Are you
no,
gonna-
no. Answer that. Answer
Yeah.
that. When we had no Rodri catching wins.
So
was
why
it
you not
Rodri? What's the problem now?
why you not catching wins now? Then you don't.
Yeah,
have,
so
why you not
exactly. So we're not
We're
catching
not
wins.
playing
It has
that
nothing to
system.
do with Rodri.
So basically,
That's
you're
the point.
not catching wins now because your players are not playing up to par because your manager is not getting it right. Because
Dayo, what point are you trying to make? Are you trying to make the Rodri point?
No.
And now that I screwed you on the Rodri point, you're bringing up something else?
I'm trying to be honest. It's Kelk's point.
Yeah, Kelk just made a point that made a lot of sense.
He
Why
got
are
it
you-
wrong.
why-
There is no
why you not-
physicality.
Why you not
There
playing
is
young-
No. I did not
They're
disagree
all
that.
5'5". Everybody is bullying Rico like crazy, and Bernardo.
Listen,
and
they've
Gundogan,
got
because
5'5"
then his legs are gone.
Bro,
But like, why are you putting Rico,
Rico
in there?
Lewis
Put
is the
somebody
same height
taller
as
in there.
Zabaleta. Rico Lewis is the same height as Zabaleta. I would agree. Rico needs to be a lot stronger. He needs to get that
No, I think
physicality.
Zabaleta's
But height, no, he's not. Check it. But
is
height
the
isn't the
issue,
issue.
I'll check it.
Yeah, I
And
would
we
actually agree with
didn't
you.
surrender goals because of lack of height. I want to point out we are getting ran through. Yes, the pace is
There's no
evading us.
physicality. Rico is not a physical player. He's too little. He gets bullied over every game. They just throw him to the ground.
Okay, but this
He's just
game,
not
did he
good in
get
the
bullied that
midfield.
surrendered goals? Let's be real. In this game, did he get bullied to surrender goals? And if he did, then I'll fall back. I'll go on mute. If he didn't, don't bring up the point because it doesn't make sense today. That's what I want to say. The midfield in particular, yes, the legs aren't there.
Sabo was 5'9". Rico is not 5'9".
Okay, tell me how tall Rico is, and while I
Alright.
continue to speak. Now, when we want to point out this midfield, with Pep choosing Gundogan, again,
I do not
he
believe
doesn't have the legs for it. Sorry?
Google says 5'7", but I do not believe that.
Okay.
I don't.
All right.
I don't think
All we
Rico
have
is
to say
5'7".
today
Maybe
is that
if you're counting-
I don't know why- I don't know,
Kulusevski. Are you done? Okay,
Listen, no,
Vator,
I'm not done. I want to, but listen,
Okay.
because
'cause
City
I
fans,
know I want to get Will's take
Yeah.
on the game as well.
City fans are classic.
Kulusevski was great today. Fantastic.
Fantastic.
And that's what I want to point out.
Oh, he
If
was
there's-
like
if
calling
there's
a shot
player-
before the game. He's like, "This is the game I look forward to the most every season." I'm like, piss off.
It's because it makes him look
But I
like
have to hold that
Ronaldinho.
'cause he dunks
He's
on
had
us every
big
game,
games
so I have
against
to
us.
hold that.
Spurs have had many big games against us, and I don't know if this is
They're
true.
a
I haven't
bogey team. People
I
forget.
haven't looked up the
They're a
stats.
bogey team.
Maybe Sally could look this up, but I think we've surrendered the most
There's some
losses.
people
to
who
a
are very
Prem team
confident in
than the
City.
Spurs. So if it's fixing this, if you guys want to ask me how do we fix this, Pep does need to make sure at the very least he has people that can deal with the pace and, to my fellow City fan, the physicality within the midfield. He needs to change that up. Gundogan, again, we all celebrated him coming back to the club. You know why? Because we also envisioned him playing more advanced, more up the pitch, not being the sole six or not being in a double pivot trying to protect our back line. We thought that he was going to be more of that ghost that we were so accustomed to 2 seasons ago. That's changed, right? And we know that Gundogan in the midfield or as a lone six doesn't work because we lost the Champions League with him playing that way. So we know that doesn't work. But he's there trying to cover the role of no Rodri. And it's going to require other players stepping up. Attacking Phil Foden, I think it's lazy. You guys can keep doing it. I think it is lazy.
No, we're coming to Phil Foden in a bit. But
Yeah, you can go to Phil Foden. You can also go after Haaland.
Gundogan is 34. Even if he was playing up on the top of the pitch of the midfield and not playing as a lone six, you think he's going to give you the same performance he gave you 2 seasons ago? No, he's not. So these are the things that are the real issues that we're talking about here. You're still not like if you look at it from the outside, Gundogan, amazing player, but at this stage of his career, he's not going to give you what he gave you 2 seasons ago, and you know this, right?
We're not asking for him to do what he did.
There's still no legs there right now, and if Pep does not play younger, stronger players in your midfield, when you have your Haaland up front, so people that can match the other teams in the midfield, Haaland will put away more chances. Haaland is the kind of player who, like today, he missed.
Haaland had enough chances today, to be honest with you.
But he did miss. He struck the bar once.
no, but you know what, Dayo? You know what, Dayo? Everyone else is just. If it's not Haaland scoring, bro, everyone else is like.
I think Savinho with a little more experience will actually get the ball in the net. I like what I saw from Savinho. I like how he was cooking defenders. He just wasn't putting it on target the way he should have.
The other problem with your team is Pep has built everything around individual players. He's built goal scoring around.
No, he hasn't.
Hold on, he's built goal scoring around Haaland.
Cool.
So when Haaland is not scoring, your front line, nobody else is scoring. Literally, Guardiola is the one who's coming from the back to score for you. Literally, when Haaland is not scoring.
Do you know who scored the Dayo? You know Gavardiol and
Kovacic saved them. When you were celebrating Gabriel's set piece goals,
I've got a question.
I've got to have Will take on the game.
Just real quick,
Before you go to him, please, bro.
There's nothing real quick about Dayo. Do not know.
We have to get Will's. We have to get Will's take about the game.
You missed my point when I said you. I'm saying listen. Your main goal scorer is Haaland, yes or no? Yes.
Of course.
Who's Arsenal's main goal scorer? We don't really have any. It's Bukayo Saka, Erling, Kai Havertz, and Gabriel. Whoever. Like we have different people. I'm saying for you. No, Saka assists more than he scores majority of the time. I'm saying that like for you, when Haaland is not scoring, you guys have a bigger problem getting balls in the back of the net. For us, we could get from a set piece because we have other people that can score from that. There's a big difference. You're not set up that way.
Anyway,
can I just make that was a fun question I've got? Yeah, can I ask what was the point? Just to Vator, it's a quick question to Vator. Yeah, it's a question actually on his wingers, Savinho, Doku. You know, I don't know, Nunes can play that from time to time. What was the point of bringing in Doku and Savinho? In my personal opinion, can I just ask you that question?
Yeah, you can ask me that.
Because, question. Like, you know, for me, those guys.
Wait. You're asking me a question.
Sorry, before we go, Ahmed, before we go on to the individual, I want to get Will's take on the game before we go on to individuals. Foden, Haaland, Savinho, Doku, Grealish, Gundogan, blah, blah, blah. Akanji, Ake, Gavardiol. It's a big list. Will, how easy was the game?
Yeah, so I mean, the game in and of itself was just like the same thing. Look, I mean, being an online pundit for Tottenham is starting to get boring, to be honest, because it's the same thing. Like, look, I've said this, Mo, every single show. You come in, you ask me what's time. The story of Tottenham this season is if we score, we win. If we don't, we lose. Like, if we're on it, if we're converting things, like, because City weren't bad. Like, they weren't great. But you got to understand that this team, our team, when we create chances, there hasn't been a team this entire season, or even for the most part of last season, that prevents us from creating chances. It's just a matter of if we finish them or not. And today we finished them. Right? Like that cross from Kulusevski for Maddison's first goal. Maddison could flip that. And it's a completely different game. But he didn't. He put it in the back of the net. It literally comes down to whether or not we score or not. If we finish our chances, we win. If we don't, we lose. That is what Tottenham is. Like, this whole thing is Man City, blah, 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 blah. Who cares, dude? Like, do you realize that, like, in our last 3 meetings at the Etihad, they've beaten us once? 3 or 4 meetings at the Etihad, they've only beat us once. We scored like 10 goals in our last 3 at the last 3 games.
Can I ask you something? So what's the point of the game? So the game today, you won 4-0 against City, and then what?
Yeah, that's not an accomplishment for us. Like that's normal.
Normal.
Yeah, like
It's not normal.
we only scored one more goal than we did the last time when we drew 3-3. We only scored one more goal than we will last time we beat them 3-0 at their ground. Like it's not. This isn't this us scoring a lot of goals and beating City at their own ground. That's not a unusual thing. This isn't a freak occurrence. This happens all the freaking time. Like I said, they've only beat us once at their ground in the last 3 or 4 meetings we've had. This isn't unusual.
What's the point then? What's like for Spurs? You know what? I fail to actually give any objective targets for Spurs this season. I genuinely fail.
You can't predict it. Like seriously, go look at a map of our performances. It's literally up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's like you don't know. Flip a coin. Is it going to be up? Is it going to be down? We don't know. Right? And it literally just comes. And that's the problem. Is that our wingers, right? Kulusevski today was amazing. He's been amazing all season, right? Like I don't think he played any better today than he has any of the rest of the season. Today he did it from the wing. But I just hope that that's not a common occurrence because we're going to miss him hugely in that midfield. But look, I mean, there's nothing really to say. Like that's why I think it's weird that like people are kind of saying like Tottenham fans, why are you like not excited? Well, beating City isn't an exciting thing for us. It's a normal thing.
Mo, do you see why I had Tottenham in the top 4 at the start of the season? Like they can be so good. Like
and they can be so bad.
No, I get it, but I'm saying like you don't expect them to.
We're never bad. Hold on, we're never
like,
bad.
Not bad. What I mean is like they can be. Wait, hold on, there is someone. Oh, this is Vator. There is like the reality is, Tottenham can play this game 50 times, and they can win 4-0 or lose 1-0 or 2-0.
Yeah,
bro, I've seen this game from Spurs for a lot of times this season. That's why it's solid. I can't sit here and tell you Spurs are going to get top 4 or going to get 3rd or 5th.
I guess that's the difference, and I'm more of an optimistic person when it comes to.
I got bit by that last season.
No, but and also I've got.
We haven't lost. Hold on, we haven't lost a game by more than 2 goals. We've only lost every loss we've had this season has been by 1 goal. One.
It is literally the story of the Tottenham.
One.
Antonio Conte said.
Every game we've won this season has been by 3 or more goals.
I can't back you. You know that as much as I like how Spurs play, I like Ange, I like Kulusevski, Bissouma, Madison. I know, you know what? Bissouma today looked like, wow, on the ball, calm. In the 18, Bissouma's not clearing the ball. He's passing the ball. They're getting out of the press. You know that next game, Bissouma can play the game and he can fuck up, get a red card. I concede the goal, make a mistake.
You know what they remind me of? Do you know what they remind me of?
I don't know. This Ange guy is good, right? But I can't have anyone sitting here and backing Spurs to get top 4. You know that they can lose the next game. Who are you playing? Southampton or something?
No,
who are you playing?
Anymore.
No.
They're playing Fulham next and then Bournemouth after that.
Do you know
they can lose these back-to-back games, Salah. Then we can sit here having Tottenham.
I get it. I get it. But as I said, first of all,
Ahmed, go ahead.
Yeah. I was just gonna say they remind me a lot of
outlook on things, and I really like Tottenham, man, and I really want them to do well. You know,
it does remind me a lot of Chelsea last season.
They got so many good players, bro. I just can't. Like the way I see it is really quick. The way I see it is you can't keep messing up in games that you're gonna win. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Eventually, you're gonna get the rub of the green. That's just how I see it. And eventually,
that's the same logic you have. Okay, I'm not gonna go there. That's the same logic you say.
It's about the fact that
the same logic that Salah has. Like Arsenal will eventually win the Premier League. It's like you cannot miss so many times.
No, bro.
Salah, you can.
We had this conversation literally just before the international break. I said Tottenham's luck is going to change. They're gonna go on a run.
It's not like it's their own work, bro. They make
I know but it's gonna go, bro. Will said the only difference between today and every other game is the fact that the ball was going in.
The ball. You know the people had shooting boots.
Bro,
it's not luck.
That's all it is.
It's not luck though.
Not
Sometimes
luck.
they're so sluggish. They're so sluggish, bro. In front of the goal, it's ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
It's not luck. It's not just that there's luck. It's the fact that our attacking players, our front line, Bar Heung-min Son, aren't clinical. They're not clinical finishers, right? And so you cannot predict. Like take Son's shot today that Ederson saved, right? How many times have you seen Son take that step from step inside from the left-hand side of the box and curl shot to far post and score. Like, how many times have you seen that? A lot, right? It's happening against Arsenal. It's happening against everybody. Like, Son Heung-min takes a step inside from the left corner of the box. Goalkeepers are shitting themselves, right? Like, but we don't have anyone else in that front line that is consistent like that. Like, Maddison has what? He scored 2 goals today, but when was the last time he did that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Kulusevski,
it's very hard to predict Spurs.
Kulusevski, as good as he's been playing in the midfield, scoring wise,
Wait, Salah, wait.
inconsistent.
Let
Johnson
Ahmed
is the only person.
No. Let Ahmed go. Let
I
Ahmed
would
go,
just
guys.
say,
Let Ahmed go.
I feel like this season, particularly, just when you're facing the big teams, it just feels like your players are like they actually step up to that level. I
Because
just
they're
think when it
focused
comes-
more.
They're focused more on like that. I just think for me, when you're facing these lower teams, sometimes it can be a bit more. It can be a bit casual, and that's what really I think for me. more than
Can I
anything
add to
else.
that?
That's
Can I
what-
add to
Go ahead, Vin. Yes.
Yeah.
go ahead.
So and please don't take this as a slight, but I think it's something that
You are using your headphones, right? The headphones, and they
no,
are
I'm not on
quite-
headphones. I'm actually just using my phone. If it sounds bad, then let me try to find my headphones because
It's the headphones are cutting out. Your mic is cutting out big time.
I one sec.
That is the problem. Arsenal fans wanna talk about Spurs?
I thought they were fantastic today. I thought people aren't talking about James Maddison enough. What a finish on that chip. Absolutely incredible. James Maddison is looking to return to form. Kulu's been great all season. I hate to say this as an Arsenal fan. They looked very, very good. I think the turning point where Man City looked like they were in trouble was that Vicario save in the 10th minute, where Man City had a chance. I think it was Haaland. He should have buried it. Vicario makes that save, and then it was off and running after that. Man City need to figure out what to do when they give up the ball deep in the zone and they get countered. That's how Pep Guardiola, that is the blueprint on how to beat Pep Guardiola. Why are they not trying to fix that? Why are they still bombing forward and then leaving themselves available on the counter? It's absolutely insane to me. So yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised that Spurs won today. I'm not at all. Like it's.
I am surprised, to be honest with you.
I'm surprised. Okay, no, here's the thing, Mo, is that people are surprised at the score. I think the result is not surprising.
Mhm.
Could have been 5.
It could have been.
Could have
And
been
I don't like
5-0.
I don't like bigging up Spurs, but they look
It could
fantastic.
have been 5-2. Let's not do this.
Could have been 5-3.
It could have been 5-3. It could have been 5. Let's not do all that. Like, yes, it could have been
They
5.
all end the
Why
loss.
not?
They all
Why
end the
can't we?
loss. But they all end the loss for you, Vator. So does that really matter? How
I mean,
many goals
City's
you
kind of
win?
had the same
No,
story
but
this
this is the
season, to
point.
be
This is
honest
what
with
I'm
you. The
saying.
game,
Like the loss isn't surprising because it is Spurs. The score is.
why? We beat you 3-0 like at your ground like what, 3 seasons ago?
Wasn't that
You
3-1?
beat us 3-0.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, there's that last minute game where I think
And then we drew you
Daniel
3-3 at your
Levine
ground like
did.
last season.
Yeah, but to keep us scoreless and scoring 4, and then now trying to claim it could have been 5 and all that stuff. That's why I said let's not do this. That's the point I was trying to make. Let's not do okay. It could have been this. It could have been that. But hopefully, I sound a little clearer. I just want to bring up the point, and it seems to happen with other London clubs. When the expectation is now that for you guys need to go on, whether it's a top 4, whether it's to press and win something meaningful, that's I think when you guys don't tend to deliver. But when the expectation is, oh, it's kind of like a free hit, like you London clubs, Arsenal, Spurs, you guys tend to look good. You get the results.
Vader, you got dunked on by Timo Werner and Brendan Johnson today. I think your
Whoa.
opinion.
Are
That's
you-
in the
yeah.
second half. I'd say
Yeah,
Madison.
you let Brennan Johnson score on you, Vator. How does that feel?
Bro, Timo
Timo
Werner running
Timo
Kyle
Werner
Walker in a straight line.
Do we
I
need
think
to be talking about Kyle Walker now? Like,
the
is Kyle
funniest, I
Walker-
think the funniest
I've
thing
been
in the
talking
Timo
game.
Werner
about
outruns
Walker
most
since the
people.
most
Why
season.
are
No,
we doing this?
no. You don't
We
get
should
my
have sold
point.
him after the trouble when he didn't
Vator,
want
your
to.
mic is cutting out big time. Again.
Remember who was the starting right back during the trouble? It wasn't Kyle Walker. It was Akanji.
That's not the point, to be honest. Like, listen, today, Kyle Walker running and ushering Timo Werner into the 18 was so fun.
Like I said, he's a disaster.
He's running in a straight line. He's not even
Leave the football before the football leaves you.
yeah,
And
any
he
tricks,
did a
anything,
memo.
you know what I mean? You know, he's not doing any tricks. Timo Werner is just running in a straight line. Kyle Walker just running next to him.
That's too much.
Like,
for
are you gonna go? Are you gonna try to cut his path or do anything? No, I'm just gonna run next to you.
I'm asking
Open.
Kyle Walker the same thing. Like, do something. What are you doing?
But to be honest with you, again, I'm not gonna put any hope on Spurs to do anything this season. And because I'm telling you, the next 3 games, Fulham, Bournemouth, and Chelsea, I can see 9 points and I can see 3 points. Literally,
Man,
I
it's a
can
9
see
points.
both.
I know we're beating Spurs away. It's not even like that's just like guaranteed. That's a guaranteed 3 points. It's 3-point lane. That's 3-point lane, but we've only lost once there.
What?
Literally, I think at White Hart Lane, and that was the season when we finished 12th. That's it. And any other time we'll get 3 points at Spurs. No point, guaranteed.
Anybody here think that Man City can fall? Go ahead, Will. Sorry. Go ahead.
So under Ange Postecoglou, all of those things don't even work anymore. It's literally we will have
Be
a
back-to-back
big chunk of
Arsenal as well.
possession. We will create a bunch of chances. We will take a lot of shots, and then something will happen and we won't score. Like the last time you guys beat us, it was because we had like our whole team literally died halfway through the match, right? So
That was away, but at home we saw.
yeah, but even at your ground, like we will play our football. We will play the exact same way. We will create a bunch of chances, and if we lose, it'll because we didn't finish them, and if we win, it's because we did. It's so easy to predict. It's boring.
I don't think you're gonna dominate Chelsea at your ground. You might dominate them, but I don't think you're gonna go to the bridge and dominate them. I think Chelsea can win against you in a counter attack. If
We
Van der Ven
literally
is not
just
back.
had like 42% possession against City at their ground, right? Like
You're gonna have more possession against Chelsea, but I would give Chelsea more chance to win against you this game at your ground because they're gonna play counter attack.
anyone has the chance. Literally, grab a coin and flip it. It could be Ipswich. It's not because it's Chelsea. It's literally anyone has a chance to beat us, but we have a chance to beat anyone. It all depends on if we finish our chances or not, because we'll create a shit ton of them. But will we finish them?
I think
don't know.
Chelsea will do well against Tottenham simply because of Tottenham's high line, and Chelsea are so
Yes.
good on counter attack. Like
And
Chelsea
at home as well. At home as
That's a
well.
good game, that
Spurs are
game.
not gonna do salad what they did today, which has
Yeah.
40% chances sit deep at home. They won't.
yeah,
Chelsea
yeah.
are gonna come to the lane or the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and Chelsea are gonna say like, "Oh, hey, you come and attack us." I'm gonna
and
just
then,
see you
and
in
then
the
they're gonna have that high line, and
Yeah.
and Chelsea's decision making in the counter attack and the patterns of play in counter attack are amongst the best. Like after Liverpool, probably the best counter attacking team in the Premier League. Like
I
they're so
agree.
good, they always
Let
make the
me-
right decision. And I think that could probably be Tottenham's downfall. But at the same time, I think there's chances in there for Tottenham, and if Tottenham finish those chances, I don't think Chelsea are going to create enough.
I'm gonna do switches and get Dayo's opinion on something quickly. Love and support from California.
Yay,
Pick up the
California.
Will continue to lose games. City will continue to lose games, by the way, especially if Haaland doesn't score. Yeah, 100%, because there is nobody else to score. Actually, we didn't speak about Phil Foden and the rest of them. Gatorade,
About Phil Foden.
that Gatorade, Vator.
Erling
this
Haaland's
isn't
been missing
Twitter.
this season. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Let it explode like the last one.
Who's winning the
Guys,
the
I need to
Golden Boot
finish
right
that.
now?
Guys, I need
For
to
the love
finish
of
the
God,
super
please
chats.
stop.
Guys, I
His
need to
name
finish
is
the
Finding
super
Foden.
chats.
Foden, man.
Guys, please. I need to respect the people that spend their money. I need to do super chats, please. Gator, this isn't Twitter. Talk normally. Shaking my head. I don't know. Vator was just talking normal. I know you're talking about.
Gatorade.
I was melting down on Twitter earlier, so if anybody
Twitter
wants to
space
see that,
market,
go
next.
to my Twitter page.
It's okay. Vator's fine. Vator speaks on City like he's a narrator at National Geographic. So why is Vator getting so much heat? I don't understand.
Mo, because for the first 10 minutes of Vator being here, he was holding his head and he was shaking his head, and he looked like he was going
Master
through it.
Pro, man.
Ryan is calling out TJ. TJ, you absolute
Oh.
fraud. I told you Arsenal are still right in the title race. They were breathtakingly good today. TJ is
Let
negative
it
for
go,
the sake of
man.
it. The late
I never
TJ
Yeah,
is
for-
discounted Arsenal.
last-
I
Can
know
we
a
get
lot
let,
of winning
guys?
people
Can
were.
we get TJ to respond, please?
Yeah, I'll respond. Ryan, I'm so glad that you're my biggest fan. Thank you for giving Mo your super chat so you can be heard. And yeah, Forest were just as bad as Arsenal were good. So yeah,
They were
thanks for
so
giving money to waffle like that, I guess.
16 out of 10.
Go ahead,
Love.
16
I
out of
just
10,
wanted
bro.
to tell you
I don't know why
something.
counted
People,
Arsenal.
Ryan-
people don't
Ryan-
forget. People
Ryan,
don't forget.
I just wanted to tell you something, Ryan. Arsenal today were very good, but that doesn't
That game was so boring.
abolish anything that they did all season. Liverpool can still win tomorrow and be still 8-9 points ahead of them.
Oh, they're gonna
Doesn't
destroy
change anything.
Southampton.
And
play
but to be
Southampton
honest with
tomorrow.
you, guys, City are the ones that keep Arsenal in the title.
Filling in for Martin.
Lewandowski or Gyökeres or Kane are much better. Fuck.
I don't know about Gyökeres.
I'll listen to
but I would
Lewandowski and
say
Kane. I'm not listening to
Lewandowski
Gyökeres.
is Kane is
'cause
very good.
What league has he done it in? Come on, the
Yeah.
Portuguese league. Come on.
He done it
I'm
against
already on-
in the Champions League.
I'm
I think
already
that
on-
counts for something, you know.
I
Oh,
would say
what?
I
Two
would say-
penalties? Yeah.
I would say, listen,
there.
I'm already on giving
Fantastic.
Gyökeres, a run for his money, man. You know what I mean? I'm already on giving Gyökeres
Jay,
a run for his money.
Jay, even enough about Spurs because they play City like this all the time, which is what Will was saying. Talk about how shit City players have been. Don't
did.
let the City fans deflect.
Well, I don't
Salah, do you want to
deflect.
speak about Foden
I
for
said
some?
what I thought
Actually,
we
I wanted
wanted.
to speak about Dayo. Dayo, do you think Arsenal are still in the title race because City are bad?
No, I just think we're still in title race because we are still in title race, not because of City or anybody else. It's
Sorry.
where we are right now is very much by our doing. Where we are right now, 12 games into the season, 3 of those games we played with 10 men because we were stupid and got red cards that we should not have gotten.
So are we in the title race? Because we're only 3 points behind you.
Yeah, you're in the title race. You are. Yeah, you're 3 points. You're literally 3 points. Listen, this is what I said. Mo, what I said-
November 24th. in the UK.
what did I? Everybody's in the title race until they're not.
I didn't say anything. I asked you a question. I didn't say anything.
Mine's saying,
No,
I'm on
I
the
said,
title
I
race.
said, do you
I'm
remember?
not
I
on the title
said, do you
race.
remember what I said? Everybody's in the title race until they're not. The way the title race is going, again, this season, I said it to you earlier last stream. I said, I think whoever wins this season probably wins by 85 to 86 points because of the way and how close the top 4, top 5 teams are points wise. If they keep up this pace towards the end of the season, what you're going to have is the last 2, 3, 4, 5 games of the season, a team can win with 3 points, become 4th. This team can win, drop down to second. That's what it's going to be. So for me, everybody's in the title race until they're not. So am I in the title race? Yes, Arsenal is still in the title race. But the position that we're at right now with the points on the board is by our own doing. It's by our doing. We should have done better than this, but we are in the title race.
We now speak about the individuals at City.
Let's start with the main man.
Does anybody get my point about Phil Foden that we shouldn't sit here and
I
have all this
100%
stuff?
agree with you.
He's
and
an
that's
I'm
assistant
not
making
player.
a
Rated his whole
big
career.
Philip
decision.
Foden is just assistant player.
I
That's what it is, man.
100% agree with you, and that's why
He's not that okay. He's not bad, guys. But the problem is a lot of people put him in a pedestal. Like, okay, Hamza was talking about he should have been on the podium for Ballon d'Or, for example.
Not
I'm like,
last season.
Or call him world class. He's not world class.
But that's Hamza. Come on, bro. That's Hamza.
He said
Yeah,
he's-
consider
he's
the
Vinny-
source on
he
that
said
one.
he's
He's more
Vinny level or
consistent
Salah
than
is
he was
level,
world
and I'm
class.
like, what are we talking about?
Phil Foden's not even Heung-min Son's level.
I agree.
That isn't
I
even
agree.
a question.
Don't
to be
insult,
honest.
How many trophies has
Heung-min
Son
Son.
won?
Don't
Of all
insult
time.
Heung-min Son like that. Don't
Don't,
insult
Son
don't
one
care
of the
about the
best
trophy.
Can-
of all
I'm
time.
about the player.
He's a much better player than Phil
Just had to
Foden
throw
is.
that in there.
Come on, man.
I don't think for me, my issue.
Be more consistent.
I have a question for people. Will Phil Foden be the guy that Salah is for Liverpool or Saka can be for Arsenal?
No,
Can't be.
Every time I ask the question,
No.
why? The reason why I ask this question is very simple, right? Is he gonna be the guy, or City need to go sign Musiala, Wirtz, this guy to replace Kevin De Bruyne?
City should have sold him to Chelsea and kept Cole Palmer. That's what they should have done. Cole Palmer would have been the
What?
guy. If Cole Palmer stayed at City, I think he'd have been the man over Foden.
And Mo, we had this conversation literally 2 weeks ago, just before the international break, where the conversation was ranking these 3 players: Saka, Palmer, and Foden. I said the top 2 you can interchange it how you want. It could be a preference thing, but Phil Foden's not in that conversation, and not because Phil Foden's a bad player, as you said. And when you said that, I 100% agree with you. He's a
He's a
decent,
very good player.
He's a solid Premier League player, but he's never going to be the guy that's going to be like he's not going to make the difference if the rest of the team's not good. Like, do you know how early at the start of this conversation you said Phil Foden wasn't the problem, he was far from the problem. My issue is he was not the solution either, and people talk about him like Phil Foden is a solution. He's not, and he never will be. He's a piece to a puzzle that works very well, but he's never going to be the main piece of that puzzle. He will never be does that make sense?
It does make sense
I don't
to
even
me.
think he's been as good for City as Mahrez was for City.
Bro, there's so
Hold on,
many
that's
players-
not
Come
even
on, bro.
close. Well,
Come
okay,
on.
Oh,
you're
whoa.
mentioning
You said that like
names.
it's a diss. You said it like
It's
you
not
said
a-
it like it's a.
It's
Come
not
on, Mahrez
Mahrez.
is-
It's
That's
not
the way
Mahrez.
City fans talk about him. Is like he's better than Mahrez. He's better than all these.
No.
I think the difference is how Pep has set up the team. Like, yeah, Foden is a good player, but he's never going to be the man. I don't think Pep had any team where he wants anybody to genuinely be the man. Like,
Kevin De Bruyne was, to be honest with you, Kevin De Bruyne for the majority of the seasons when he plays, he is the go-to guy. He leads the team. He is the go-to guy.
Yeah, but you're saying in the game, yeah, he makes things happen. I hear that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, if you're saying like he's the go-to guy that keeps the ball ticking, gives those crazy passes, and then
assists, goals, comes out of clutch moments, and
great stuff. But then when you look at how Foden plays and how Pep plays Foden, a lot of times, I don't think he's ever going to be the man at Man City. I don't think he's
He
going to
keeps
be that.
yo-yoing him. Have you noticed?
Yeah, he plays him
Yeah,
on
I
the
think he's kind of like
He's on
he's
the
got him like
wing,
in
then he's in the
chains or
midfield, then he's
something.
on
I don't
the
know
wing,
what's
then he's
going
in the
on. Like,
midfield,
why
then
is he
he's in the
doing?
wing. Like, how's he going to get consistency in the midfield if he's not playing in the midfield?
I think it's
That
like
is one thing I've been really frustrated with, because last season when he was playing primarily as a number 10, when De Bruyne and Haaland were both out, and it was him and Alvarez being the 9 and the 10, I thought we were doing pretty good. And then,
I don't know why, but
as soon as De Bruyne gets back, it's like Foden just goes. Foden is always the one who gets shoved out wide. It
I
doesn't
tell you
matter.
like
what, I know
he literally he's
why.
holding him
Because he
back.
trusts De Bruyne more than
He can't get any
Foden.
It's not only
consistency in the
that, guys,
midfield, and he can't learn
because
how to be a good midfielder from the wing.
The problem with Phil Foden is that he's a one aspect of the game player. Before I get Vator's take on this, what I mean, Foden is good when the team has the ball and the team is going forward. Once your team loses the ball, Foden is non-existent. You're playing with 10 men.
He's getting better at tracking back, but he's
Back, but he doesn't do anything.
How
He
is he
doesn't.
going to learn how to do that in the
Phil
middle if
Foden-
he's out wide? I don't. I'm getting
Out
annoyed with
wide. Out wide is fine. You can be out wide. Normally, people say, "Oh, be out wide, just track back." In the middle, you need positioning, football IQ, positioning IQ. You need to know where to stand. He's not that guy. You're playing
Even
one
in the
man less in
midfield
the
this season, he hasn't been as good as Kulusevski has, right? Look at Kulusevski's
not
work
even
rate, the
close.
wheels on
He's
him.
been
Yeah,
playing
not
out
even
wide
close.
quite a bit. Because
He has been shoving him out
We
wide.
have a lot of one-dimensional players. His versatility is working against him because he's versatile enough to be able to play on the wing. And none of our other midfielders can, like Gundogan's not
Foden
gonna
needs to
play
be
on the
free.
wing. Bernardo's terrible on the wing, so that experiment has died. So
But
it's
Foden
always
is
just like
Foden is
playing
good
on
when
the
he's
wing.
free. Like Cole Palmer, when he went to Chelsea, he became free and he was able to do what he wanted to do, and that's why you saw a different Cole
There's
Palmer from what
only
you
one
saw at City.
person in
Pep doesn't
like,
free people. He
Pep
needs to
City
be
career
free.
who's allowed to be free, and his name is Kevin De Bruyne.
Nobody else is allowed to be free, as she says. No one.
Yeah,
Let
I
me
know,
do-
but that's what I'm saying. That's he's being
He's
held
not. He's
back.
not that guy. He's not that guy. Well, he's
I think
never
if
going
you
to be
saw
that guy.
Foden, if Foden came to
Even
Tottenham
Foden
and
not
played in
being
this
Kevin De Bruyne
Postecoglou
doesn't mean he's
system, you would
bad.
see a far better player. He'd score 15, 16 goals.
He
Maybe,
scored 19
I-
last year.
Yeah, let's see Ange make a player this season then.
Maybe. Let me do this couple of super chats before we get
The
out.
player of the
guys.
season always comes from
Just
the teams in
remember,
the top
Foden
two.
had
so.
19 Premier League goals last season, and Mo always forgets that he did score a hat trick against Aston Villa. You love to bring up Brentford and Wolves, but he did also score a hat trick against Aston Villa, and they were fourth place. They're pretty good.
Last season or this season?
Last season, we haven't
He
played
was
Aston
good.
Villa yet.
I said he was top 5 last season. He was top 2, my opinion. I thought he was top 2 between him and
There are
Rice.
certain
I said.
people who are like, "Oh, he just did
No,
it against
I thought
Brentford.
last season
He did it
he's very
against Villa too."
But again, I'm going to repeat this. He was very good when the team was good. That is what Salah is saying. He's good when the team is good. When the team is bad, you can't rely on him to carry the team and the team be good to win the games. This isn't the time, but
The
I'm
team
more
wasn't good
confident.
last season, Mo. Why are you doing this?
The team was very good in the second half of the season. Very good. You literally went on a 17-game winning streak or something like
Oh,
this.
you didn't lose.
Yeah, and it was thanks to him because he was playing well with no Haaland
There
or
was a 17
KDB.
game win streak last season.
KDB
Those
came in the
guys
second
8 in a
half of
row.
the season.
The last time we dropped points last season was against Arsenal, and then they won 8 straight after that. There was no 15 points or 17, whatever you said. There was no 17 in a row.
Sorry,
That was in, like,
17
that was
games.
back to
No,
the
17
period.
games. None. You didn't lose in 17 games. You drew only one and won the rest of them. That's I'm not
No, there
mistaken.
was a ton of draws. The last time we lost last season was at Aston Villa. And then there was a ton of draws, like a ton of draws. There was draws against
It couldn't have
Spurs
been-
and Liverpool.
no, hold on.
twice.
You couldn't have had
It's
a ton.
impossible because
Oh,
Marta
yeah,
won
yeah.
every game.
Hold on. You couldn't have had a ton of draws because you had 7 draws in total last season and 3 losses.
Yeah, and a bunch of them were in a row. Tottenham, Crystal Palace.
Yeah, we're talking about the
Gagging
second half
the
of
lead
the
at home.
season.
We're talking about the second half of the season, though. The second half starting January, February. Like from February, you guys were on fire.
Well, we drew to Chelsea at home. And
Yeah, I'm
then
saying the amount of draws, he had in the second, the
then
amount
we
of
drew to
draws,
Arsenal.
the amount of
Uh,
draws he had in the second half of the
Is that
season
at
was
home?
maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah, that was the 0-0.
No, I
game.
think in the second half of the season, I think Arsenal dropped 4 points. It was one draw against Man City and one loss against Aston Villa. That was the only 4. Like after, bro, from January till the end of the season, Arsenal were absolutely ridiculous last year. Absolutely ridiculous last year.
I think we had a couple more draws, but yeah, we had accumulated a big enough point total in the first half that it negated what they did.
And by the way, in the second half of the season, Kevin De Bruyne played in all the games. He only missed 2 games. They were on the bench. And he had 15 GA.
He didn't play in the first half of the entire season.
He was injured. He had a hamstring injury. Let me do the last one.
Kind of right. They drew
This
3
isn't-
times in the second half.
Yeah, this isn't the time, but I am more confident for Spurs. How? I'm not confident. I can't be confident. I
You
can't.
can be confident for Spurs that we're going to go out and play good football, that we're going to create a lot
That's
of good
it.
chances.
Results, I don't know.
The results, flip a coin.
Bay Area, California, to be more specific. I can't tell for sure. What is your name, a City fan? Is it Kelk? It's Kelkster. If you are close, let's grab a drink or a coffee.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's very sweet.
That's
I used
so
to live in the
sweet.
Bay, but not anymore. I'm very
So
proud.
we shouldn't be reinforcing creepiness. Just saying.
No,
Yes.
I'm sure he meant it in an innocent way. I know it could come off as creepy, but it just seemed
The person
nice.
you don't know that you're watching a
Yeah.
stream on the internet, you're like, hey, let's grab a drink sometime.
Yeah, it seemed innocent.
Once I come to the Bay Area, you can shout me out for a drink. I'm fine. Listen, I want to thank everybody, but before we go on, the Bridge Nation is in the description. Banter on the Pitch is in the description as well. Of course, TJ War in the description. Vator Games in the description. And you can find Mohamed Salah on Twitter. He does a lot of football work as well.
I don't even do football work. I don't even like the sport, bro.
football,
You know
American
that.
football. American
Yeah,
A
football.
lot of American football from that guy.
Yo, I just found out Brock
He's gonna be
Purdy's not
busy
playing
tomorrow.
That's crazy. So,
Anyway, listen, I want to thank everyone that joined us. Guys, we didn't reach our target, which is 500 likes. We're only on 360 likes. We had over 1,000 people here on the stream. I want to shout out to our sponsor, Proton VPN. Again, you can scan the QR code to get a great discount from them. You can protect your data, watch games anywhere. You can never miss a football game. I had them when I was traveling. I watched Peacock here in America. It is very simple. You can also subscribe to beIN Sports in the Middle East, much cheaper than UK. Show love for our sponsor, Proton VPN, guys, by scanning the QR code on your screen. Don't go anywhere because this stream is going to take you to Hussam, where he's finally going to admit that they are favorites to win the Premier League if they win tomorrow. That is something that we have been missing for a while from them. I will see you guys tomorrow. Make sure to subscribe because we're that close to actually 27,400. We're that close, guys. 25 subscribers. I'm sure there's 25 of you that haven't subscribed. Make sure to subscribe to the stream. I will see you guys soon. And we are out of here, people.